running, and I remembered to hit the record button on time this time.
Oh, okay.
Not like that stream from, last night that I spent like 10 or 15 minutes bumping my gums about everything before remembering to hit the record button. I mean, that didn't actually happen because nothing in the last month has not happened. What we did was we took a brief respite in the middle of a fight, and now it is
I changed
time
my
to...
sweater.
Yeah, all kinds of things. Rodan's misplaced, a button, and now her camera doesn't work.
I've prearranged my living room. I normally have all my...
You did that in a 5-minute break? That's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I now have a love seat sitting underneath my TV.
That's, you know what? You do what you got to do. I am Omar Krieg, your Lord and Commander of the Krieg Dominion, and your host for this 33 and a second part of Along the Frontier Alien RPG campaign entitled... Oh, Jesus, I literally just had the nope, that's not it. What is the name of this episode? I've literally just had this and I can't remember it. The Deep Dark. That's the name of the episode. For those that have not been paying attention, in our last episode that happened only a few minutes ago, not 30-ish days ago, we had a crash right in the middle of plenty of action. We have gotten a lot of technical issues resolved, thanks mostly in part, I believe, to Luke, but also thanks to the three of these these three amazing human beings that we're going to assume they're human beings because we're going to go with visual confirmation and nothing else. Because we all could be getting turned into wafer cookies, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're just going to really just jump right back into where we left off. Which is with Wescott, her turn being up in the fight. Now, just to kind of rehash the last few minutes of our game, basically, you guys went down to the bottom level, the bottom full level, that is, ran across some crazy person that was legit carrying a human thigh bone to use as a blunt weapon, murderized that individual, found that their veins were all black, gooey, not human-ish or something. And then I forget exactly what happened, the exact order of things, but ultimately some sort of cave-in happened and you guys fell another level to what was beneath the basement. Oh my, that's a lot of dice right there. And now you found people doing it almost looked like a baptism of sorts in this black gooey water shit, and there's a couple of people standing on what could only be described as a sandbar, and you're engaging them because this is weird shit. And also Alita Wright got spooked TF away.
Yeah, she gone.
Yeah, so let me switch the view for the stream, and then I forgot to put things on my phone so I could see what's going on in case I missed something. Just a quick second here. Oh, that's okay. All right. I think we're good. All right. So you just rolled a bunch of dice. You got some successes with your M41A pulse rifle. I'm assuming you're shooting at this one. Did we lose Rodan? Does she get muted or something? Am I not hearing you?
I
No,
hear
you're
you.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rodance? I see her mouth's moving around, so that's a positive sign.
Seems she's disconnected.
Is she? Ah, yes, she is. And she's back. Okay.
She's back.
Let's put her up. On there.
I can hear you, but you've lost me for a moment, apparently.
Yes. But, well, you disconnected and reconnected, so we've got you now. Though, in my head, you were a little faint.
For some reason.
Say that one more time.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, am I the only one that hears her a little quiet?
It's a little quiet.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Okay. Well, I've been sitting in my house without music today, so I was probably talking too quiet for the mic.
Ah,
Um,
that'll do it.
so yeah, I would shoot the one of the two closer ones, preferably one that has already been shot, if that is possible.
Okay, so this one that I'm pinging right now, that one is actually knocked out because it took
Was
Oh,
dildoed.
it took it
okay,
took the
yeah,
non-lethal
then
dildo in the face.
then I'd shoot the other one because
Okay.
it's closer.
All right. So you did 2 base damage with 4 total successes. What else would you like to do with that? Is that all damage or is that
Um,
other stuff?
I don't think there's any benefit to doing anything other than damage.
Well, there's or not knockdown.
Disarm.
Yeah, disarm. There's knock them away. It doesn't matter. Your armor piercing. I don't have armor, and so it just took. It's all damage.
Oh,
6
I
damage.
think I know what it was. I got my little Windows update icon chilling in the bottom now. It must have been trying to install an update in the background. Stupid Windows.
Well, that is quite unfortunate for me.
Okay, well, is it dead?
Well, let me put the correct token on its face. Yes, it's dead. Your
Good.
stream of pulse rifle rounds just literally obliterates this thing, and now I am once again down to no. I'm losing all my bad guys for you guys to kill. Warren, you're up next.
Okay.
Unless there was something else that Wescott wanted to do besides shoot this thing, maybe move around or something.
No, I'm standing next to my bros in solid ground. Thank you.
Okay. In that case, Warren, it appears that things are fine right now.
Well, appears that he's probably going to do an observation roll of some sort. Try to see where right went, but
Okay.
Um,
All right, I'm going to give
do
you.
get a
Let me.
yep.
What specifically are you looking for? Because it may or may not entail you taking a modifier.
Okay, I'm looking around, particularly in the ceiling area and things like that, because I know what we've been fighting has probably been climbers at some point. But I'm also looking in the direction over here to see if I can spot Alita.
Okay, so you're going for more of a generalized looking around, trying to take stock of the entire situation.
Yeah, kind of look at the ceiling, where we came from, where we're going,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
All right, no modifier.
Okay.
But you may not get a lot of options to ask for in this initial sweep. Does that make sense?
Okay, that's okay.
Because you'll get like your base success and then you get stunts, but you got 3 successes, so that's at least 2 additional questions you get to ask. So your first one is a generalized, like, where are we? What's going on? Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when the collapse took place, it dumped you guys down into what appears to be an underground. Obviously, it's underground. You're in a mine. I don't know why I said that. It almost has the feeling of an underground lake, except that's not
We're underground New Game Plus.
Yeah. Wow. Except it doesn't really have the feel of water. It's more than water in a very bad sort of way. It's black gooey water. You have let me back up. So there's a pool of water around. If you're looking at the map, you see where those like white specks are that you guys are kind of in the middle of, and it forms kind of a rough, not quite circle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's imagine that everything from there towards basement is solid ground, and everything to the right of that, where the bad guys were, is where the pool is. And then there's like a little bit of a sandbar in 1 or 2 places where they can actually stand and not actually be in this water goo shit. I will give you a freebie. It is not very fast, but it is trackable with the human eye, even in poor visibility and after the fact that you just were in an abbreviated firefight. This water black goo shit level is rising. It's moving. I don't want to put like a metric on it because I don't know what it would be, but you could see the level slowly increasing to the point where it's probably, if presumably, if nothing stops it, it's going to completely submerge this underground chamber that you are in. Lastly, as you're kind of looking around trying to figure out where Private Wright ran off to, or PFC Wright ran off to, you do see that where it says the basement, you have something of a column there. That is something of an elevator shaft. It looks like it was a more incomplete, hastily constructed elevator shaft. You have the shaft, and an elevator car could run up and down, but what you really have right now is what appears to be a ladder that leads all the way back up.
Okay.
You have 2 stunts in which you may ask additional questions based on.
Did you state whether or not I saw Alita, or just in the direction where she ran?
It is. She ran. The best you could tell, what you were tracking during the fight, is that she ran towards, presumably, the other side of the. Like, it's not a bad assumption to think that maybe she ran to the other side of the shaft.
Okay.
Because obviously the shaft goes
assumption...
up, so from like your perspective, it's a wall.
Okay. Oh, I see. So there's no way into that.
No, I mean,
Well,
there is, because they obviously put the shaft down here. At some point, this was going to be another mining layer, but they never finished it because the mine started to do not cool miney things.
Okay, so just an aside on that is that Alita would have gone to the other side of this, or would she maybe have decided to climb up since she was like, I don't want to be anywhere in this cave anymore because I need to run away?
Correct me if I'm wrong. You play Wright, do you not?
I did, yes.
Okay. When does her panic condition, which I believe is flee?
Yeah,
like a round.
It ends after this round, right? Or the end of the combat.
Seek cover. You must move away from danger and find a safe spot as possible. You're allowed to make retreat rolls. Do you think where Alita is now, do you think Alita feels safe?
I think she would by the time the firing, within a moment after the firing stopped. Especially if people are like actively starting to get like, right, where are you? Using your guys.
We haven't gotten that far because we're still going through initiative.
Yeah. You're still in combat, so yeah.
And Alita doesn't know anything about Xeno, so wouldn't think like,
like that's the reason. I mean, that's
water.
Yeah, that's narratively. That's why she bolted, is because she's like, "What the fuck do you guys do normally? I'm out. Fuck this shit."
Meanwhile,
we jumped in, and the first thing she saw was me just shoot someone with no provocation.
I shot someone too.
Yeah. She's like, either you guys are murder hobos, or there's some really, really bad shit, and I don't know which one's more terrifying.
On top of that, like, Matthew's not even phased. He's not even got to the initiative order yet. He's just looking around.
Chilling.
Okay. You have, by my count, you have one more question you can ask. There are some specific questions, but some of them may not necessarily apply in the situation as you currently understand it. But I can open it up to a little bit more generalized questions. Just will keep your answers limited if I think your questions are a bit out of scope. If that makes any sense the way I explained it.
Does it? I probably noticed that one of them isn't quite dead. Correct.
I mean, if that's the question-ish that you want to go with, you'll notice that one of them is still breathing. Because they took they've got like a welt on the face, whereas the other one has several bullet holes.
And didn't dip into the water and then drown or anything.
Correct. They're both kind of sprawled out in the I've been shot multiple times, or I've been shot in the face with a rubber bullet.
So in the 5 minutes, that we haven't played this game because I had to change my sweater. I forget if I can move at this point or not.
Warren can, yes.
Okay. So he's probably going to hustle over probably about like there.
I do want to point out that this area is Blackwater goo. And the limit that you have is these dots that I'm pinging. So if you I'm not saying you can't go into this Blackwater goo, but if you go into that Blackwater goo, things, your situation may change.
Well, I don't want to fry another fish, so we're not going to do that.
Those flathead fishes.
Nice callback.
Yeah, it was.
It's like episode 2.
Yeah, 2 or
Yeah.
3. Didn't one of
Great fucking
didn't
callback.
somebody was it Warren that got the fish in the pant leg?
Yeah. No, it was Watts. It was Watts. They got the,
Watts.
and then Warren was like, stab.
Yeah.
Dinner.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
later the fish fry.
Yeah, let's not repeat that particular alien. That was gross.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go over here and just kind of keep a little bit of a perimeter on this side.
Okay.
Ready myself a little bit.
Go ahead and give me another observation roll, but this one will be at a -2. And this one is going to just be if you notice anything.
Okay. I would like to note that my character has watchful. Is that going to change anything?
Does watchful
Is
give
it-
you additional like +2, or does it also include like
Plus-
you have
Plus
to be
2 if it could be considered dangerous.
Yeah.
But that is also, now correct me if I'm wrong, but also don't you have to be in a, trying to figure out how to phrase
So,
this. You have to like
the hares-
specifically, I'm gonna go set here and be watchful that way. Is that how
No,
that works? Or
It's
is
just
that
a modifier to the
So-
roll. He gets +2 if you think it could be construed as dangerous if he succeeds.
Okay. Yeah, in
Yeah,
that case,
so the description is exactly the hairs on your back. So the hairs on your back stand up when when enemies lurk nearby. You get a 2+ modification to observation when trying to spy a sneak attack.
okay. Yeah, in that case, make a normal observation roll without modifiers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, there's definitely something in that fucking Blackwater goose shit. It's not moving very fast or aggressively, but it's definitely moving around. It's really kind of freaky.
Hmm. I guess that's my turn, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do have enough time left in your round to be like, we're not done. You know what I mean? Like you could be like, hey, there's some shit in the water, and I don't mean like the floaty kind. Like there's something else in this water still.
Yeah, I'm gonna like, because I got the headlamp on, or whatever. The shoulder
over
lamp.
the shoulder lamp.
It's gonna like point down at the water. I'm gonna like look back at them, and I'm gonna look back at the water and be like, yeah, point.
Are you picking up what I'm putting down here?
I don't want to make too many sounds or noises. I just want to be like, yes, right here.
Okay. That will take us back to the top of the round to Staff Sergeant Pike, Mr. Shooty McShooty Shooterface person of the prime variety.
I'm going to.
And I'm sure you guys can figure this out. GM to player. There's probably a very good reason why I haven't taken you out of combat yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pike's
Yeah, I was
gonna
waiting for that.
sludge his way over to here.
Well, to be clear, you guys are more like the worst case you guys are in, where you're currently positioned, is like maybe a little bit of mud, but and speckles of black gooey shit, but otherwise you're fine. You're not
Okay.
necessarily contaminated.
All right, I'm gonna step over here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody, form a perimeter around me and sound off.
Okay.
And I'm gonna overwatch in the direction of the puddle.
That's not a bad idea.
It's only like a 25 degrees, so I mean that's a great Overwatch.
All right. Woznicki. I'm sure I said that wrong. You're next, I believe.
Woznicki. I think you actually got pretty close.
Yeah. Do you have a? You have a shock face on you for some reason.
That's because he froze up.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is that not lifted yet?
Realistically, it should be. It's the next round. He was panic condition 10.
Let me go ahead and. Nope. Why is it not coming off?
What one did you put on him?
It looks like it's the frightened face. I can't zoom in anymore to get it. It's not coming off. It might be a holdover from being on there from before the crash. Because Pike has one too for some reason.
Oh, it might be marking that we have a panic condition.
Yeah, it's marking that we have a panic condition. It's a pretty
Ah.
common thing.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. So maybe when
he
it's,
follows orders.
Yep.
He pulls back. You said Would he know that you mean next to him or in front of him?
I'm trying.
You can
would
direct
know
him,
that
Pike,
I'm.
if you want. Like, if you want him in a specific
Yeah.
spot,
Well,
you
I
can.
mean,
You would
realistically,
know.
he would know, but I as a player do not. Where would he
Right.
move?
You would know that when he called for everyone to form a perimeter around him, we're trying to make a three. We're trying to use this wall to block one side, but otherwise, you're going to pick a side, and you are now the field of fire. So we can try to give ourselves a full circle of protection.
Okay. He moves up and faces Overwatch South.
And you
Overwatch under.
and your sound off.
Oh yeah, you gotta sound off.
Volzinski reporting.
Yeah, I'm alive.
Okay.
Let's see who's next. Wright is next. Who is? It's starting to calm down. This. You know what? I'll tell you what. Make a wits test.
Okay.
This isn't necessarily in the rules. Maybe with a success, she will gather her shit when she heard Pike say, "Hey, everybody around me, and sound off."
Okay. A wits.
Yeah.
I mean, given that I gave everyone an order to make this formation, can I roll command to try to cancel panics?
Yeah. I feel like that's actually probably the closer to the rule book. So let's do that. And if for some reason that doesn't work, then she can roll wits to recollect herself.
I want her to be like permanently.
Ooh,
Like-
stress test.
Oh.
See what I get.
Overkill. More panic.
See, I dropped something, I think.
Ooh, this is
Yeah,
one of my
drop something.
favorite ones. Let's see.
Uh,
Inventory. Once
I
again,
have
just
a
for
lot
the
of stuff.
yeah. FYI, I am going to put things. If you drop something, it's going to go into your locker.
Okay.
Oh.
Because yeah,
Good amendment.
you've got a lot of shit in your inactive right now.
Yeah, that's a
That's
bunch
all
of
the
stuff.
shit
I
you're
got stored
carrying,
in,
right?
It's all the stuff in my assault pack.
Yeah. Okay. I think somewhere along the way, let's see, what would make sense for you? Oh yeah.
He's gonna take my RPG away, isn't he?
That'd be hilarious, actually. Now that you brought that up.
Also, a really big thing to drop.
Yeah, it would be. Why can't I just move this to? Like, I can't just drag and drop?
Just right click on the little edit thing and add to locker.
Ah, that's what I want to do. Okay. Yep.
So does Alita?
But I succeed.
just
So
get out of-
everybody who has a panic condition who can hear me on the radio and takes that order can cancel their panic conditions.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I think that should be everybody. Wescott's got a weird. What is that?
Pike does that for everyone but himself.
Stunned. Why
Yeah,
is Wescott
so-
stunned?
I don't know.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna turn the panic condition off of Volzinski then.
Yeah.
Let me open up Wescott.
Wescott had a.
She
stunned
shouldn't
on-
be.
Yeah, I took it off.
She's not high enough stress or panic to have that condition.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe I honestly don't remember.
You were
if there's-
playing with images. Maybe it kind of booped.
So yeah, Wright is back in the fold. That takes us to.
Was right sound off.
Oh yeah, Wright's got sound off. Sorry, and then it'll be Wescott.
She squeaks. Alita, to your left.
Your left. Okay, Captain America, calm down. Sorry, I've been watching the Marvel, the MCU movies and shows in the last several weeks. So.
Okay.
I actually finished Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew wasn't so bad for the Star Wars.
Oh yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
gotten that far yet.
That
It's
make
so
it Wescott's
disconnected
turn.
from Star Wars.
Yes, it is Wescott's turn. Sorry.
Cool. She's gonna move in here. She's gonna do northeast, so this diagonal here,
Okay.
and she's gonna, Wescott reporting.
All right, and then Warren, you're up.
How fast can I realistically move? How far can I realistically move while still facing this?
You could I think arguably easily make it to here, even keeping, not even with not putting your back to the water.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
So I'll
especially with
probably try
knowing
to-
that Pike and Wescott are there. In fact, actually knowing that Pike and Wescott are there, well, you probably,
Yeah.
I think it's dark, but you can still know that you're being covered. You could easily zip your ass over there,
Yeah.
double time it. Or
They got lamps.
Yeah. I think with the
right.
lamps, you're not lighting up the entire cavern, daylight levels or whatever, but like you've got decent visibility anywhere your lamp is pointed.
Anyways, Warren reporting northeast. That's the one.
Okay, so there's a lot of people looking off this general direction.
Yeah, if something
we only
pops out
need-
over here, it's super fucking dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
there's
but
not
we-
much here.
And I'm
we know
covering
that-
this
yeah.
area here from
Okay.
like here to here.
If it's on Pike's side, it's dead. If it's on our side, it's also dead.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, and then obviously anything coming from directly this way is probably super fucking dead. Period. Because everybody's got line of fire that way. All right. Well, ironically, when that happens, oh, hold on, I did that wrong. Let me try this. Nope, that still didn't do it. Why did that not? Hold on. Hang on. Let me stand by. One. Nope, that's not.
We win.
Okay. That's...
It peeked its head up, looked at the firing line, and said,
Yeah,
"I'm good."
yeah.
Just went back down.
Yeah. Pike, it is your turn. There is definitely something in the water. Now, I know you guys as players can see this token now. That token is currently not visible. It is in the water, and every now and again you hear definitely the sounds of something splashing around in the water. But every time you turn your lamp towards that specific direction, what you catch is ripples or, water displacement. So, Pike, it is up to you. There is, of course, this sandbar that these two over here are laid out on. One of them is unconscious. The other one is definitely fucking dead. I don't know. I forget how many rounds are in a pulse rifle magazine, but I imagine there's at least 10 rounds buried inside that dead body.
I assume they're just
99
like
in a full mag.
How many?
Flechette style
99
rounds.
in a full mag.
That's what I thought. I thought it was a ridiculously high number.
Yeah. Space 80s.
Yep. What were you saying, Rodance?
I'm assuming it's some form of flechette round, because otherwise that space doesn't make sense.
No, it
10 millimeter
doesn't.
caseless explosive tipped.
Yeah, that doesn't make
Makes
sense.
no sense.
But maybe in the future there's some miniaturization shit in play that we don't know about.
Those are
space
just
80s.
buzzwords.
No. We're just honking around like 30 pounds of lead in one clip.
Yeah, 30
Yeah.
pounds. That sounds about right, actually. 30 pounds of lead, yeah. All right, Pike, it's your call. What are you doing?
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna give some orders.
Okay.
I want Warren to watch up here. I'm gonna watch over here. I want Wescott to use her underbarrel and dump an HE there. I want.
Yeah, I'm going to point out once more that yes, the icon is there. That doesn't necessarily mean your opponent.
I
or
saw
target.
ripples in the water, you said, right?
Yeah, like so when you hear it, so like you hear something here, and by the time your lights hit it, it's ripples. You hear something over here, same thing.
Oh,
So,
okay.
She's definitely moving around, and it doesn't seem to be a specific pattern. They're just, well,
Yeah.
they could be they could just be dolphining right now, just playing in the water. Except it's not water; it's water with some really black goo shit in it.
I mean, is it like a subtle enough ripple that I might think it's just stuff falling down from the cave?
You're definitely getting the impression based on what you're hearing and seeing that this is at least a man-sized or person-sized element moving around in the water. They're just freakishly fast, kind of like Jimmy John's or whatever that dude's name is.
I'll
I
tell
just want to
Wescott.
state, if anyone's looking at the yeah. I've discovered how to
Yeah,
use
I see
cones.
that. That's pretty badass, actually. Okay. Alright,
I'm gonna take the Overwatch for here. Wescott dumping HE in the puddle.
Alita's
Right.
got a rocket launcher.
I don't want that big of an explosion. I don't want another cave-in.
It's not a normal rocket launcher. It's a breaching rocket launcher. It's the rocket launcher a door off its hinges.
That sounds like it's just a souped up shotgun.
Fuck.
I don't know why, but that's what it's for. Yeah.
I want Wright to do a suit check on Warren. And I want Wally to do a suit check on Wescott.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Anything else?
no, I've got my ready as for the other sector of fire here.
Yep. Wally, you're up. You were instructed to do a suit check on Wescott while Pike covers your area.
Okay. He moves over, steps over, starts working on it.
Make an observation roll. Well, you spend your round of 10 to 20 seconds, however exactly long a round is. I think it's actually 6 to 10 seconds, but regardless, you do a fairly semi-thorough check with your headlamp, finger touching all of the suit. You don't see any holes, perforations, tears, or anything of that nature, but you do notice that that black goo is starting to accumulate on Westcott's suit. Now, when I say it's starting to accumulate, I don't mean it's like spreading and covering.
Is it corrosive?
It doesn't appear to be corrosive yet. Well, I shouldn't have said yet. It doesn't appear to be corrosive now. It has more like
sticky or tacky?
Yeah, sticky, gooey. It's kind of like a tarry substance, and it's not coming off very easily. Because you got that second success, unless you want to ask additional questions, I will also give you the fact that it's not just Westcott's suit that has some of this accumulated black goo shit.
Mm-hmm.
All of you are starting to accumulate some. Now, when I say some, I'm talking a few specks here on the leg, a few specks here on the arm, a little bit on the chest and the back. You know, it's nothing to be terribly alarmed. It makes sense, the amount that you're accumulating at this point, considering that, you know, exposure to what you've been exposed to. But it should be noted that it's not coming off as easily as you would like. It's not just brushing off.
He would report black goo's not coming off.
Anything else for Wally before we move on?
That's his turn.
All right. In that case, the freak gets their turn, finally. Well, I guess first I have to actually get to a victim. So yeah. She is going to suddenly blurst up onto the shoreline here.
Does Overwatch go off?
I believe Overwatch goes off. That's why I stopped there, because I have to at least give you guys half a chance of obliterating your opponent before she goes and vomits on someone.
So is that in only my Overwatch, or is it mine and Pike's?
I believe both Overwatch are active, if I'm not mistaken. Or the only thing that would take away from that is if your Overwatch sectors of fire don't overlap for some crazy reason.
Yeah, I said I was going to the northeast, so if it's a standard cone, I would say that's probably the bottom edge of mine, but I'd let you make the call.
I'm okay with at least. Well, okay, let me just verify. So, Pike, you're kind of. I don't know how to get the cones out, but I believe you're going off more or less this general direction.
We're going from like here to like here.
Okay. And then
I'm covering the bottom half.
And then, assuming Westcott's at least overlapping some of it, then she's going to cover like probably here.
We're probably having a little bit of overlap because that's the middle line between us.
Well, yeah, that and standard military doctrine is whenever humanly possible, sectors of fire must overlap. So
Overlap in fields of fire.
Yep.
Cool.
So Pike and
I
Wescott, on your turns, you guys will be able to shoot.
I thought it went off
uses up
immediately.
our we gave up an action to be able to do it. As
Yeah,
an
you can do it
interrupt.
now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I
So-
apologize. So go ahead.
My turn hasn't come up yet, so I would be using my pulse rifle, not my underbarrel incinerator.
I knew you were gonna push it. Oh wait, never mind. I read that wrong.
I
No,
didn't
that's
push.
my roll.
I
Yeah.
just
Pike needs
my
to roll
mag-
stress.
my mag ran dry.
The 3 increase to
Uh,
level
that
10.
pushes me up to a 10. I'm gonna overkill.
Yep. All right. So walk me through what happens. You start blasting, and it triggers overkill in the process.
2,
And you also did, I don't know,
8,
like 7 points of damage.
I can do 8 damage, armor piercing.
Yeah. So how do you wanna
Yeah.
game that out? Should we do the
I'm
damage
gonna go-
first?
I'm gonna go for the 8. I'm gonna go full damage.
Okay.
8 armor piercing damage. I'm gonna try to just shoot it squarely in the face.
Well, your shots all hit it dead in the face. And she does not get a chance to fucking do anything.
It's my scoped rifle, and I've shot it a few times. So it'd be pretty cool if it was just like I only had the one shot left.
Yeah, actually, I think
I take it and I look down and I see the bolt locked. I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
It's like get ready for a reload later.
Yep. And I think what it does, I think what we see happen is this thing just like lurches out of the water. It's moving pretty goddamn fast for somebody moving through not just water but sludgy water. And they hit the shore, and Pike is just like, "Not today, bitch!" Brrr. And just a couple dozen rounds just blast into the opponent and drops him. And meanwhile, Wescott is just like, "I wanted to shoot too."
Hey, if her
Wescott has done a
Overwatch is
better job of conserving ammo.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, if her Overwatch didn't get triggered, then we still got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your Overwatch is up. That's not important now because I'm going to end combat because there's nothing else for you guys to kill except for the one that's unconscious. You can coup de grace that one if you want.
On
Does
it.
does it look like the person who got knocked out? Like were they like helmet off and everything, and they're just like laying on the ground with the goop is on the ground?
Yeah,
Mhm.
they are not in suits. They are fully exposed. In fact, they have been at. It appears that they have already taken a bath in this shit because their clothing is covered in black goo.
Yeah, I'm just
their
gonna
hair is all slick back, gooed. All that.
I'm gonna do my best magpul flip. Reload, and then from my position here while I'm waiting for the suit checks to finish, I'm just gonna shoot the unconscious person in the head.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it. No, they're dead. Oops.
I'm
wrong
not
button.
taking any chances on that.
No, don't blame you. They're dead as well.
Well, Wright is probably a little annoyed about that, but upset more than annoyed.
Would you like Wright to do a light side, dark side check?
No.
No,
Wright would
just be
automatically
stressed
fail.
out. Yeah. Just be stressed out more.
Okay. I mean, if you want to take an extra point of stress, you can go ahead and throw it on there.
I'm putting it on there.
Okay, yeah, that works.
I just killed a helpless person.
You did. At this point, they were a non-combatant, like standard military doctrine. And by standard,
Even-
like the default
even
military
off
doctrine
of-
would be like detain them and then render
As-
aid.
As much
Yeah.
as Pike really likes to use some of these rules only work on Earth, this one is he did just actually commit a war crime.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely he did. Absolutely, he did. All right, let me go ahead and kick this
Yeah.
back over. Now it's no longer combat. We can move at a narrative rate. I will say that if the line of water was where I'm pinging a moment ago, by the time you guys are completed with suit checks and everything else, it is now moved up. You know what? There's got to be a way to draw.
There is.
Is this going to draw me a line? It's not.
Ruler and then the 2 arrows.
Well, the problem is I have some of my
You have
notes,
more options
my
than
journal
we do.
things in the way.
Oh.
You have more
Well,
options than we
then-
do, but you should be able to free draw.
Oh, there's a draw freehand.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, there we go. So if the water line was here a moment ago, it is now within, like, let's say 10 minutes or so up here. Doing.
So if this was a creek, this monster person would have been up shit creek.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a way to look at it.
Okay.
The levels of this black water goo shit are definitely increasing at this point. The sandbar did look like this, and now it's more like that.
Okay, so do we have an escape access on our side or just the hole in the ceiling?
You it
That's
may
me.
not show very well, but there is a door. So let's assume there's a door. Like, I can't ping now.
Yeah, you gotta change back.
Yeah. Let's assume there's a door over here that will get you into the shaft. It's more of like a technical service access door.
All right. Warren,
Yes.
take one of the boots. Find us a way up.
Take one of the. Oh, I get what you mean by that. Sorry. Okay, so he turns to right. He's still puffing on a cigarette inside of his suit with the ear exchanger, and he says, "Okay, come on."
I just want to point out, by the way, two things,
Yes.
actually. There is a thin atmosphere down here. It's probably going to smell horrific.
Oh, terrible.
Stale air that hasn't had fresh air in ever, really, because there is no atmosphere at the surface of this fucking moon. The other thing is, okay, well, now there's three things, because I just realized there was something I was going to say at the start of the stream that I didn't. But the other thing is, all of that smoke is just hanging out inside your helmet with no place to go.
It's being filtered into like the air thing, but that's like a very slow pace.
Yeah, so
By the time we
eventually
get
you
out
have
of
to
here,
puff
he's gonna have some
carefully.
very yellow filters.
Yes. Yes. I mean, we've all seen Prometheus where the dude is smoking a cigarette inside his helmet. How dumb that is.
The crazy part is, how did he get it in there?
That and light it inside his helmet without breaking the seal. The third thing was, by the way, let me look at I need to look at a calendar really quick. So,
Calendar.
January,
Hey, it's tomorrow.
I think it was. That feels about right. So, January 12th was the last day I had a cigarette, right before bed.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
So, right about a month of no cigarettes. Right.
That's why you said the no smoky drinky thingy this time.
Yeah,
and
you noticed
such.
that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that was the weekend, but it was a weekend where I didn't have to work the Saturday. Also, I just lost the server. I don't know if you guys did or not.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm checking in the status of it right now.
No available server.
Yeah, while he's doing that, we could chit chat about the real world. Yeah, so I was sick in December and kind of like basically was hovering around 95% okay for a few weeks afterwards. And then one weekend I was off for both the Saturday and Sunday, and I spent that entire weekend where I could not get or stay warm. Like, I was just chilled the whole weekend.
Oh yeah.
I think I had mentioned that, in fact, in our last stream. And I had gotten to the point where, especially with the temperatures had been dropping a lot more in the previous week or something like that, where I just got to the point where I was tired of freezing my ass off going to smoke a cigarette, and I'm not feeling good anyway. And I woke up that morning, didn't go to work, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to quit. Like, I don't want a cigarette that bad. And I managed, I've had a few times. The funny part is that the part where I struggle the most, which isn't really a struggle, but the desire to smoke pops up, is when I play a game or do a thing on the computer, and then I get ready to switch to a different game or a different thing on the computer.
Yeah.
And it's like, because that was a habit time of that's when I would go smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna play I don't know, Elite Dangerous for an hour or two, and then I'm like, okay, well, I want to go do this now. Well,
So you
before I go do
reset,
that,
and then you
I would go have a cigarette, and then I would go switch over to the other thing.
yeah.
So, let's see. Something went wrong with the Foundry virtual tabletop server.
It's up again.
Oh, is it?
I'm logged back in.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm not connected. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I had to hit the go back button.
I just closed the entire window.
I mean,
Oh,
I guess
what's
I
up?
would have done it too. Yep, we're right there. I've got all my line drawings on the map still.
Oh, nice.
I went
Just missing Rodance on the table.
I went cold turkey in July 2016.
Nice.
That's a while.
Yeah. I did it.
I cold turkeyed from 2 packs a day. And it was
Oh, yeah.
fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I cold turkey. I had smoked about a pack a day. I cold turkey back in like 2008. Yeah, that sounds right. 2008 until 2011 ish, until I was in the field on training exercises with a bunch of smokers. And of course, we're all outside, so no matter what, you know,
Yeah.
you just have to step away from people. But the problem I ran into was two things. One, if we had, I forget, let's say we had 6 section chiefs and the platoon sergeant. So the platoon sergeant would call up the section chiefs for briefings or huddles or whatever. Well, 4 out of 6 section chiefs, not including me initially, smoked. So we would all go up there, talk to the platoon sergeant, 7 people, and of the 7, 4 or 5 of them smoked. So I'm just standing there going, I don't know what to do with my hands because I'm not holding a damn cigarette. I'm just going to hold my rifle. Well, that same field problem, I had a dumbass gunner that was pissing me off left and right, broke some cables that were incredibly important and expensive, and other stress and things. And then also, during that same field problem, talked to the now ex-wife, and she's like, I want a divorce. I've already talked to a lawyer. And I'm like, you really? You're going to tell me this in the middle of a goddamn field problem? I guess it's my fault I asked questions. I should have just kept my damn mouth shut and waited till I got back.
I'm surprised it wasn't heroin.
Well, let's just say it was a good thing there was no alcohol available to me. But yeah, so I started back up smoking like that. And like literally within about a week or so, I was right back up to a pack a day. And ever since like 2011, all the way up until like a couple of weeks ago, that was where I was at. Like anywhere from like 12 or 15 cigarettes a day. That was the normal thing, unless I was sick. And then I was sick, I was cold, I was fucking freezing every time I go outside because it's like dropping into the teens at night. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm fucking done stepping outside to smoke a cigarette and freezing my ass off. And also, I just don't feel good. I'm tired of this shit. And I quit. I fucking quit. So, knock on wood, I keep going. But, you know, as anybody who's ever tried to quit an addiction, it's literally a one day at a time sort of journey. So,
yeah.
It is. Like I stopped. You guys probably remember me vaping like a
I do
just,
remember
like,
you stopped
on stream.
Yeah,
and I was still smoking cigarettes, like a pack a day, and everything else, and like it was just so much smoking. And then one day I was just like out of cigarettes, and I was like, do I just stop? And Lotus is like, oh yeah, just give me your vape, and I'm like, okay.
it's surprising what you
back.
can do. With
just a little bit of motivation, a little push.
Yeah, a little motivation, a little push, and then just be like, I'm done. I quit.
Just don't. Now, but it's so hard sometimes. So like, you just think about it.
Where are all my journal notes?
I don't know. You check your C drive?
Oh God, not that again.
No, my notes are like non-existent. All of my notes and shit. They're all gone.
What?
Yeah, I'm looking in my Along the Frontier folder, which has all of my session notes, and I have 3 sessions that are all empty. And
like
there should
on
be...
Foundry?
Yeah. So
okay.
The easiest way to explain
log out, log back in?
Yeah, I guess that's what I need to do. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because even with a restart, it doesn't erase anything that has been saved.
Yeah, it shouldn't dump the data.
No.
GM prep
No.
along the frontier. There we go. Okay, I don't know what that
Okay,
was
okay.
all about. That was really weird, though. I definitely had a moment of panic because I was like, I don't have these notes saved any fucking where else. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I know what I was looking in the wrong folder. That's why I was looking in scenes, not
Oh.
journal. What a dumbass! Your guys' GM is a fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
man.
Did you know that? Did you know your
Just-
GM sucks?
I was all ready to say you could blame it on my version thing, but apparently not.
No, I will throw myself under the bus quick as shit. I don't know if you've ever noticed that before or not.
As much as you will get angry at everyone else, you will also get angry at
Oh,
yourself.
absolutely. I am my own. I am literally my
Hey,
own worst
I
critic.
gotta know.
Yeah.
Are you ready to murder Rev yet?
Not yet. I haven't actually talked to him a whole lot lately because just whatever.
I think I've talked to him like twice in like the last month and a half. So good
I
luck.
think, yeah, I'm wondering. I don't want to throw him out there like this because this may be interpreted the wrong way.
Okay,
but
you guys enjoy needling each other, so you
I
always play
know.
like
And
y'all
the thing
about
is,
ready
is
to
like
kill each other.
I'm not normally like that, but I will say he did invite me several times over like the December break to do Helldivers, and I was like, no, I'm doing something else. And so I definitely was like 3 or 4 times he had asked me, and so I had basically turned him down every single time because Helldivers is a great game and everything, but it's not a game for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
And cool that he enjoys it, and cool that my kid enjoys it, and my kid actually hung out with him and whoever else was with him, like Alturios and whoever else, but yeah, it's just not a thing for me. And then all of a sudden he just kind of like stopped talking to me unless he needed to talk to me. I don't know if that's just the way things are right now. I don't know if I said or did anything. I don't think I did, but I'm also saying all this live on stream, so hopefully there's nothing horrible.
No,
All we
that sounds
know-
about how me and Ref talk. Sometimes we don't talk for 3 or 4 months at a time, and then sometimes we talk a whole bunch of in like a week and a half span.
Yeah.
Just depends on what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I
for the
actually
record, like
reached
I
out-
don't have anything against Red. Like he hasn't like irritated me or anything, like caused me to burn bridges. They're like it's nothing like that at all. It's just for whatever reason we're not talking right now.
Yeah.
And it could just be that neither of us have a thing to say to the other right now. We're just waiting for Rogue Trader to start back up.
I mean, we could blame the weather. I mean, it has been snowing lately.
Yes, it is. All right, let's get back into our game.
All right. I sent 2 people off to find us a way out.
Yep.
I'm gonna look to Wescott and say, I have a lot of explosives. I do not want anyone accessing this cave. Use that big brain of yours and tell me how we can fuck up this place.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some coffee while you guys discuss.
So my pup, has it been scanning still?
You sent it off in the beginning, like the last session or something like that, right? Or maybe the session before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was definitely active before the collapse that led you guys down here, correct?
Weren't we told to recover the mine if possible?
If possible, yes.
It's a bottom tier priority, and I have a plan for the end of this mission so we don't get in trouble.
As it turns out, so do I.
So, there has to be structural supports of some kind. I mean, in this type of mining shaft, there has to be places where they very clearly didn't dig. And we spent a lot of time on that ship researching.
Yeah, I think what you see is that there are various... I'm going to tell you, obviously, I'm not an engineer. I don't know what kind of supports would be in place for mines. I keep thinking back to, like, your stereotypical...
columns.
Huh?
Think big-ass reinforced columns.
Yeah, like the big columns, or you would have, like, in a lot of, like, old cartoons or movies or whatever, you have this tunnel with, like, every so many feet, there's the timbers of wood, like, in the ceiling and along the side of the walls and whatnot. So, there's plenty of that. However, down here on this particular level, there's not a lot of that. Again, it has, for all intents and purposes, the appearance of looking like they had started to make this into the next layer or level of the mine, and for whatever reason, something happened, and that's why you guys are here on the ground now. And probably not a stretch of logic to argue that part of the reason why the mine is in the position that it's in right now and that you guys are here on the ground right now is the fact that there is this black water goo shit coming up out of the ground. And I want to note that as more time goes by, the water level is rising even more.
Yeah. So my thoughts are, I do have grenades. Those aren't going to be structurally strong or structural strength. I do have a pile of RPG warheads and more breaching charges. And we know that there's no air in the upper levels, but there's air down in the lower levels, which means there has to be oxygen tanks down here. Or somewhere on
There's
one
a
of these
blower
levels.
system up on the surface.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
a way that they've done it. I don't remember specifically, and a lot of it is really cheap.
They're pushing air to the bottom and then seeing how much of it makes it how far, basically.
Something along those lines, yeah. And they're using like some really cheap, like instead of having like airlock sealed containment, they have like plastic flaps. You know, like the heavy industrial grade plastic flaps. Like, you know, imagine walking through and, you know, going from the let's say the front of the grocery store back into the deli and then going into the freezer. Those plastic flappy bits.
I have a question then.
Yeah.
I would like to make a heavy machinery roll.
Sure.
I would like to look at the walls in here and see if I think these were machined out or blasted out.
Okay. That's a good idea to look at, actually.
Not bad.
Okay. So, looking around the area where you guys are, where it says the basement and the shaft that has the elevator.
Since you keep reminding me,
yes,
I would like to spend my second 6 on doing it very quickly.
Okay, yeah. So you're not gonna get. I wouldn't say you'll get like a full, detailed look around, but what you do see is this: the area where you guys are and the shaft. Everything looks fairly well, like planned out, placed, machined correctly. What it looks like is that part of the drilling process cracked into an open area, and that's part of what caused the calamity that you guys are here to deal with. Like, it looks like part of this entire chamber was actually at one point, think of like a geode,
yeah,
except there's no gemmy bits.
They drilled into a pocket of open space.
Correct.
Okay.
And now I'm thinking of that movie, The Core, and it's like, I never trained it to see in nothing.
Okay.
You got my reference. I'm so glad you got my reference. I can tell because you're shaking your head.
Yeah, it hurt that I got that reference.
I need to step AFK just for a very quick second. I'll be right back.
So, you know what we got on the surface?
Chaos?
No, a bunch of ships that can fly to space, presumably with fuel on them. And we have, and I point over at the ore shaft that runs straight up to the top. If nothing else,
just roll it down there with the charges set.
Just pour it down the fucking chute if it's this big of a deal. But that becomes very obvious to the people on the surface.
Yeah.
I point
so
at
like
class.
So not in character, but out of character. I want to ruin this so that nobody else can have it. And my plan was to, because of the cave-in and stuff, to have you fuck with our footage because we're out of range of the APC, so all of our footage got lost. It couldn't upload, and our cameras are just damaged. So all the stuff that we see down here, it does not end up on the cameras because all that footage is lost.
So keep in mind that I put relays down on the way down. So
yeah,
but we fell through a whole layer, so we probably can't reach that relay anymore.
That's your argument? Is that what you're gonna go with? You see her on. What happened was.
What happened was the ground fucking collapsed and half our gear got wrecked.
All right.
Is my control panel for the vehicle up top still on?
Is it still connected?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to assume it was not connected wirelessly.
Well, no, it was done via the
relays.
Over
the relay network.
Yeah, through the relays.
Like it's the same way that the radios are.
Give me a ComStat roll or whatever the heck it's called in this game. While you're doing that.
What is it called in Shadowrun again? Decker?
Yes.
That sounds right.
How stressed out does Wescott look?
She's at a 6 right now.
Roll that stress for me. She's at a 7 now.
Joy.
Iron will. Iron will.
Ooh, drop an item.
Hey, doesn't stop the action.
Does not. So.
Also, I looked to see what I dropped, and there's no fucking way I'm going to notice I dropped that.
Same thing
The
for
end of
you,
this mission, we're
Wescott.
just
I'm
gonna
gonna
delete
move
that.
something into your footlocker. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh, this
I
would be
hide my
hilarious.
tracks and I do it quick.
Okay, give me 1 second. This is going to be fucking hilarious when you realize what it is. Okay.
Fucking gremlin giggle over there.
It's
Well, that's
definitely
actually not
something
the
related to our
device.
MOS.
Yeah. I mean, I'll magically get that back. I'm not worried about it. So my panel with the device that I've been using to control the pup and the ATV or vehicle up top, is it functional?
Yes. It's functioning.
Is it
The
connected?
comms tech. The reason for the comms tech role was to make sure that your connection was still good and to troubleshoot any problems that may have arisen from having fallen, 6 to 10 feet through rubble and shit. So you are good to go as far as that goes. It does take you a moment. You have to thump it on the side. Standard troubleshooting step number 1. No, wait,
You
that's
know, I
2
could just
because
take
number
it.
1
It's a
is
tough
to
book. I
restart.
could just whack it against the wall. We're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wait, troubleshooting step 1 is restarting. 2 is thumping it, right?
Depends on how you're feeling that day.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Depends on what branch you're in.
They're interchangeable, and it's understood that it's meant that way.
Excuse me. We're Marines. We bitch slap that thing first.
You chucked that motherfucker across the room.
Hey, I spray painted it green. I put handles on it. It's now marined.
That fucking stands. It's ruggedized.
Hey, you gotta have that tough bedliner shit like on the handle grips.
All right. That's not what I want.
Cool. So,
Nope.
am I still connected in any functional way?
Yes, yeah. Your connections are still good with the APC, the turrets, etc. Also, the water level has risen.
Cool. So in my double checking my connections, what is okay? I might as well while I'm looking at it. What is the status of our gun vehicle going on upstairs? The one that we are currently using to threaten peons with.
The one that we have a bunch of guns pointed at the bar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The gun is fine. People are milling about, waiting for their turn to get on to one of the rescue drop ships. Currently, the more injured are being lifted off. There are people in the bar drinking and whatnot, waiting because they didn't want to wait outside.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I tweak the recordings to dump them into the I don't want people to notice folder that I can take care of later.
I'm sorry, I was reading something and I only caught part of that. Could you repeat that, please?
So while I'm connected, I know we are being fed back to our vehicle up top and connected. I dump them into the recording feeds into the folder where I keep shit that I deal with later.
Okay.
So I make it look like they got staticky and then it started collapsing and then our signal got cut off.
Okay.
But I'm pretending I'm still connected for now.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so
what about Team Exit? Well, we're doing this.
Yeah, what is Team Exit doing?
And not advancing the clock because it's simultaneous.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that. I'll take that. I heard the implied threat. That wasn't really a threat, but yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah. Team Exit, consisting of who and who, and what are you guys doing to accomplish your task?
What boot do you take?
Oh, it's Warren in one of the 2 boots. That's right. Are you gonna take Mr. Holy Burner Man with the machine gun, or are you gonna take scared? I shouldn't say scared little girl. Somebody's gonna get offended by that.
Morally concerned person.
Yeah, there you go. Morally concerned person.
The only one.
The only one
Yeah.
with morals.
I feel like Wright would have enough sense to her that maybe she understood half of what happened, and then the other half is just beyond her.
Yeah, it's so far beyond her.
But she knows that she shot someone with a non-lethal round, and that person just got gored right immediately after.
Like, I got him. Oh, Pike got the fuck out of them.
And is like visibly upset about that. So Warren is going to grab Wright and be like, okay, let's get out of here.
Okay.
We gotta do an exfil on this.
There is a door roughly over here.
Is it locked?
It is not locked. It's a little jam. Does
it have a spell attached to it? I cast detect magic.
Is there a magic trap on it? Is it warded? That's the word I wanted to use. Warded. It is. I'm trying to think of the right words here. Bear with me. You know when your car gets into an accident and the doors don't open up quite the same, or they can't open because the frame gets crunched? That's what's going on with this door.
It's warped.
Oh,
yeah, it's warped.
Configured.
Yeah. So give me a strength check to see if you can. Just because I feel like you, after going with is the door warded, saying something like a strength check just makes total sense.
All right. Warren is going to do a strength check to do this, but has also passed the limit.
I'm sorry?
But has passed the limit in case it. I can push it an extra time. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Roll stress dice.
Yeah, throw some stress in there just for the comedic narrative value. Yep,
Okay.
give me that panic test.
Oh, nice. No, it was. There you go.
You did get a success, so unless this keeps you from doing it, the door will open. You keep it together.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely cool compared to his compatriots. Yep, it takes a moment to get it open. Go ahead.
It feels much better now that we fought stuff.
You just dumped some stress too, didn't you? Because you killed like 2 things.
Oh yeah, I dumped some stress.
Warren's got 3 stress.
Yeah, Warren's like,
He's
this is
really
just a
good.
normal day at the office for me.
He's.
This is what it means to be in a line unit.
Yeah, Wescott's not that far from Pike snagging her and jabbing her with anti-stress meds.
The nap relief.
Nap relief, yeah.
Nap relief.
I love how you did the Homer Simpson on that. Nap relief.
I mean, it was either going to be Pike or Winston, and Winston didn't make it. So
no, Winston did not.
Nope.
Thanks to Pike and the alien queen.
Now, because of some unfortunate mind control, I get to push drugs on the party.
Was it really unfortunate from Pike's perspective?
Yes.
Because he didn't want to be the drug pusher, huh?
No, he didn't want to kill one of his own. He doesn't like that one of his own got killed.
That actually goes exactly against his goal in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he likes his normies. He's just deranged.
Yeah, he is. All right, so you pop the door
So
open.
when we all become deranged, I think Pike will like us even more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, you guys are like me now. This is awesome. These are the best
They're all
normies
normal.
ever.
Look at all the little me's running around. I'm such a proud papa.
Now I got to make sure we work that into the next season somehow.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah. So finally, you do get the door open, and I finally get a chance to talk about this door that has been closed and open and closed. It's Schrodinger's door at this point for how long the sidebar's taken to get here. So you definitely have to shoulder this motherfucker enough to the point where your shoulder actually hurts a bit, but you do get it open.
Okay.
And as soon as you do, of course, there's a cavalcade of dust and a little bit of debris coming down on you. But you look up, and your lights from your shoulder lamp are like, it just goes and goes and goes. Your light, at some point you just can't see far enough. But there is a you see the elevator cables, control runs, and all that stuff, like everything you would need for the elevator car. But there is a ladder along one side of the shaft. This ladder does not look particularly word I want to use here? OSHA compliant, but
It's the word you're looking for. Safe.
yeah, it's definitely got that makeshift. Like, this is the ladder the original crew put in for, good enough until the official ladder gets put in. In fact, maybe like after about 10 or 12 feet up, before you completely lose the light because of the attenuation through the dust and whatnot, you see where the actual official ladder is and where the makeshift ladder doesn't quite meet up with it.
Okay.
And yeah, you, for all intents and purposes, have found an exit, or at least confirmed that there is an exit to back up to the level that you guys were on.
Are we on the base level? Like, is there anything below us?
No,
from
you are
this
at the bottom.
shaft?
This is the bottom.
Oh, all right. Well,
whatever they had done down here, or it's at this point, I think in character, it's safe for everybody to kind of assume that whatever happened that caused the mine problems in the first place, it probably happened down here, as evidenced by the black water goo shit that is ever steadily creeping up closer and closer to you guys. And the fact that for some strange reason, it looked like somebody was trying to have a baptism in that shit. Which also doesn't make any fucking sense to you guys. But, that's what it looked like.
Well, you just kind of have to shrug it off if it doesn't make much sense.
It's just another day in the fucking Marines, man. Which is so sad because I can definitely relate to that statement.
I don't get it. I don't get paid to get it. There's an egghead somewhere who will get paid to get this shit.
Yeah,
No, I'm out.
I just got to move these sandbags 20 feet that way.
Yeah.
And then back.
And then back, because somebody else is like, that's not where I wanted them. This is a true
That's
fucking
generally
story.
how that goes, though.
This is a real thing.
All right, so there's a ladder here, and it's going up, and then there's an actual OSHA qualified ladder just next to it.
Yeah, it's more like you got this half-ass ladder. It goes up about 10 or 12 feet. About one level basically.
Okay.
And then you could see where at the next level, the sub-level 6 or whatever it is, you could see the very bottom of the quote-unquote official ladder.
So we're not quite in reach of the official ladder.
I mean, you climb the makeshift ladder to get to it, yeah.
Oh, okay. So the makeshift ladder does get to the.
Yeah. It's misaligned, but you can make it.
Yeah. Is it attached to the wall?
Yeah. It's built into
attached?
the wall. It's built into the wall. It's like.
So it's real attached to the wall.
Yeah, it's definitely like this is a ladder that appears to be viable. It's just not.
Someone placed it there.
Yeah, it's intentional. It's not the industry standard ladder that you would find inside an industry standard elevator shaft. Because they hadn't got that far yet in building out this level.
Yeah. My concern about that is that if it's misaligned, we could align it.
This is one of the, I'll be honest with you, it's one of those things where it's like you just make a quick stamina test to connect from one ladder to the other. You're good. And if you fail, it's not like you're going to fall 10 or 12 feet. It's just, it takes a little longer. It takes a little more effort.
What's the G rating of this planet?
That's a great question. I don't remember. I don't think it was terribly high or low.
Because I mean, if I'm like equivalent of an 80-pound person, I mean, falling isn't gonna suck that bad.
Well, the problem is it's still falling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Mass is still mass, no matter what the gravity is. That may or may not be entirely accurate. I do remember reading something once that was like, yeah, it's still low gravity, but it's still mass. So, let me see.
That does make sense. I've never been in space.
Information here. I thought I've
never been in space.
Oh, it's just an airless low G moon. I don't think I actually have a G rating on it. It's just low G, which is probably like it's not going to be any more than a third of a gravity.
We wouldn't get hurt. We wouldn't get hurt if we fell off the ladder.
Yeah, I mean 10, 12 feet, you're not going to get hurt much.
It's gonna suck.
Yeah, it's going to leave a mark. You'll bruise, but it's not going to like take away a hit point kind of thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm
20 feet on the other hand.
Well, 20 feet would just goes without saying.
Yeah.
Um,
Like you're like, well, yeah, 20 feet. Duh. Of course, that's gonna hurt.
yeah. So I'm just gonna climb up, I guess, and try to align myself to the next ladder and see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna radio to Pike. I found a ladder on the way up. Seems to outrun this black goo stuff.
Yep. Go ahead and give me that stamina test real quick to make sure that when you get to the top of the bullshit ladder that you can make it to the official ladder just fine. Or if it's gonna give you like, yeah, you're good. I'm really just testing. Honestly, I'm just making you roll to see if you get a stress test. That's all it is.
I just laughed like a French person.
Oh, I heard it. Okay. Yeah. So Pike, he radioed back. Yeah. There's a ladder out here. This ladder's kind of shitty, but once you get 10 or 12 feet up, you get a real ladder.
Yeah, take your battle buddy to the top. Make sure we have a way out.
Are you going all the way up to the top, the tippy top?
Well, that seems like a really long way to go for, like a ladder. Shouldn't there be like a Shouldn't the next floor up have the lift
Well,
elevator?
go to the next level.
I have a thought. Pike seems to like where he's standing. There's a moment where he squints his eyes and he's trying to rub some heat between both brain cells. And he hands Wescott
I'm moving you guys because at this point you're not quite underwater, but you know it's up. It's definitely getting up to the knees.
Getting there.
I hand Wescott a bandolier of 7 M40 grenades.
Do you need me to actually move that over, or we can just narratively hand wave it?
Yeah, this is for a narrative purpose.
Okay.
Can she carry those?
It doesn't matter. Because I'm about to rig them into an explosive and attach them to this column right here that's clearly supporting one of the through shafts of this place.
Good.
Yeah, if we can get this to collapse in, then, I'm also going to give you the 3 assault breaching charges, and there's a visible look of pain on his face as he hands you 5 RPG warheads.
Oh.
These are my babies. Take care of them.
Make sure they do good. And he ruffles around for a second, and he thinks, didn't I have something else? I'm sure it doesn't matter. And just like...
I forget off the top of my head, what was it I pulled off your shit?
His taser grenades.
Yes, that's it.
You mean the ones that I gave him?
Yep, he dropped them in the water. Well, they're in the water now.
So clearly the water isn't, this oil gunk isn't flammable, otherwise this would have been lit up a long time ago.
No, it's not. Oh, it's much, much fucking worse.
Yeah.
We've all seen Prometheus, haven't we?
I'll also pull out my 50 feet of polymer climbing rope and then throw my pack back on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look to Wescott and say, you and the boot can handle this. I'm going to make sure that you can get out quick.
Okay, so
and I'm going to go over to the ladder with the rope, and I'm going to call you back down.
All right, I just want to see who's where exactly. So we got Warren, and which boot did you take? You took right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so Warren
Who's
right.
surprised that Warren ripped off the door, considering she had a blowtorch.
Scott could have done that for you easily, but no, you had to Conan your way through it.
He had to Pike his way through.
Yeah, there you go.
He's the first baby Pike.
Yeah. And then
is this over here the door where Kane is standing?
Yeah, I'm putting the elevator crew up here because eventually the water level is going to get in there.
Cool. So I look for the section of this wall that is closest to that giant ass hole we just fell through.
Okay.
Because that's probably the weakest stress point.
I'm gonna put.
Because I kind of treat this big square in the middle like a giant column.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically we set up explosives around here. That's a weak point.
Is there ever a way to change the color of this?
Don't worry about it. I can tell.
Well, I was gonna try to use a different color just to configure. Ah, yes. Here we go. Perfect.
The many excellent tools.
All right. this. That's not brown. That's also not what I wanted. Get off of me. That's what I want. Well, whatever. I guess we'll just do this. That's roughly where the hole is, and then this is that section, I guess you'd say, closest to it. That looks like, actually physically looks like maybe from that wreckage, the hole that you guys fell through, like some of that part of that elevator shaft is actually kind of starting to give, and a solid object that is suddenly acting like a liquid because of, you know, earthquake mechanics. We've all seen the videos of the Earth, which is supposed to be solid, doing the whole wavy thing as waves literally run through it.
Yeah, so concrete with rebarb is only structurally good in one direction, vertically. So it doesn't like being moved side to side, so it's probably popping and cracking real bad like old pavement.
Yep. It's definitely got a few cracks in it. I mean, it looks pretty solid right now, but also like it's definitely identified as a weak point.
So we had these charges have timers on them.
We can remote detonate and we can set timers.
Yeah.
We can also set them to trip triggers.
Yeah. You can do
and
all
if you're
sorts of
if you're feeling real fucking froggy, you can just push the button on the back of it.
If you're feeling like, yeah, this is my last stand. Let's go, bitches. Boom.
So yeah. My friend over here, who I believe, if I remember correctly, does have some heavy machinery skill.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. Never mind. I'm better off doing it then, I think.
I will, because you're setting up charges to be remote detonated, you can obviously use Comtech instead of heavy machine.
Yeah. So,
while this is being set up, like Pike is called him down because Pike wants to go up with the 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to climb as fast as I can.
Okay.
To get to a level so I can drop the rope down to them. My plan is for them to climb part way up, tie loops in the rope to put a foot under, and I'm going to pull weight up while they use their hands to take some of the weight off to give them like a fast climb and just like yoink them up this ladder.
And how far up are you trying to get everybody all at once? Like ultimately, how far up are you trying to get the three of you?
I mean, I want to. We're the basement's what, level 7?
Yeah, basically you're on level 7. You are
just
on
trying to pull
sub
them to
6. And then
I didn't mean to roll that, but I do still have one of those, by the way.
I'm just
all of a sudden rolling space sub ASO 400 harpoon grappling gun.
I'm not playing them any higher than 6. I'm just trying to get them onto 6 so we can try to run to where we have the elevator and like...
yeah.
That's right. I forgot. I wanted the harpoon sub.
While we're setting up demolitions, I'm assuming the pup, I can tell it to return to the elevator.
Oh, I forgot all about the pup because we got sidetracked with something earlier. You had asked about the pup and if it was still scanning and all that. The pup has determined, and you would know this by now, level 6, there is a blockage between the elevator at the, let's just say the other, so if you look at this level that you're on.
So we're blocked off from the elevator and the
orb
side we're on.
Yeah, so you're like basically if you look at the rest of the side view map, which I don't have up right now.
There's 2 access points. So we're on the left side, which is opposite the orb and the elevator.
Correct. At least through level 6. Did you send it up to level 5 by any chance?
I mean, I would have to.
Okay, level 5, as far as you could tell, is clear. There's some movement. The pup, because of its primary purpose of scanning and mapping, didn't really stick around to see what that movement was about or who or what. So it just kind of kept going. It is currently, at this moment, to get it caught back up with everybody else, currently moving up to level 4.
You want me to make my roll to get from ladder to ladder?
Yeah, go ahead and give me that stamina roll that you're absolutely going to either fail spectacularly or just crush without even trying. Yeah, there you go.
I overkilled the
crushed
ladder.
without trying.
I think I'm fine.
Yeah. And so I was going to say, if you fail and got 0 successes, I'm just going to laugh at you.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend one of these
Uh-huh.
to be hardened by the experience, so I don't have to roll to overcome the same challenge in the future.
You can include the setting up your lift assist thing with the
I
rope.
was going to do the +1 modification to the rope lift.
You won't even
And I
have to
want-
roll that one. You just
and
make it happen.
and I want to do it in a way that impresses the two people who are watching me monkey my way up this fucking ladder as a giant dude.
Yeah, Warren and Wright, you're like, what the fuck? This dude just spider monkeyed his way up the ladder and made a rope into a new ladder.
So the way that I see this is that Warren got over and like clambered over to the other ladder, and then Wright is still kind of down at the bottom, going okay, and then Pike rushes past her, climbs up, and just like overlaps Warren, and then keeps climbing up.
Yeah. I feel like, he
I
definitely
like the
has
idea
that
he
backwards hug or hugging Warren from behind. I think at one point he just stops and whispers in his ear, and he's just like, I love you. And it keeps going.
No, I got a great one.
Go ahead.
So I get to the top because you made it over to the new ladder. I get to the top of the old one. I look for a second. I bunch up and I jump. I grab the rung right over you, and with my legs split on either side, I'm just like right up against your back. And instead of what he looks over, taps home, and says, "I hate you the least," and then climbs over you.
Such a Pike thing to say. I hate you the least.
Yeah.
You hear a slight rumble from his helmet going, YouTube.
Okay. So I have Wilczynski boost me up to the spot where I think it's the most efficient, and then I tell his ass to get hauling. As I finish this up.
Okay. And so you are also now the two of you. Whoops. Two of you are now in.
So I'm probably the last one standing down here in the muck. I would have made him leave before the muck caught up, so I'm probably standing here, hip deep in this muck, setting this explosive up.
You definitely are about. Yeah, you're shorter too, so you're definitely hip deep, finishing this up as Wally starts climbing up the ladder behind the others.
I've got the rope down, and it's got loops in it, so you can stick 1 foot in.
Yeah.
And once I get the call that everyone's looped up, I'm just going to start yanking. And you guys just use your hands to control and take some weight off on the rungs.
Yep.
And this should be a real fast. Like, I've gone through the door on 6, and I got my feet on the door frames, and I'm just fucking heaving this thing.
Give me just a second. Let me see. Let's see here.
Cool. So once I got those set up, I would move towards the ladder. I just have a feeling that I'm about to get my ass bit by this gunk.
Which event is? Okay, so that, and then
I'm also going to like when I sit down and I'm throwing the rope down, I'm going to check to make sure both of my rifles are loaded. And I'm going to put the pulse rifle on the ground on one side where I can grab it with my right arm, and on the other side I'm going to put my scope rifle where I can reach it with my left arm. So if something comes to attack me, I can try to hold the weight with one side and at least get some panic fire in to suppress.
Yep.
If Warren makes it up there too, he's probably just gonna help, I guess.
So
the Pike evader to sub 6.
You you guys are all
Pike
you can see the map, correct? Even though you don't have tokens on here? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are all basically up. At this point, after it, so basically this proceeds as you expect it to. The 5 of you make it up onto sub-level 6, and now you can see the ramps that lead up to the higher levels. You can also see maybe like, I don't know what the exact distance would be, but somewhere like around here in the distance, heading off to the right side of the map, you can see the blockage that the pup had detected that prevents you from going to the main elevator shaft and whatnot. It is also at about this point you get some clear comms from Ishigara. And he... Oh, God, where is it? Hang on one sec. Sorry. I had this shit organized somewhat, and I can... brain running everywhere. Do it. Yeah, Ishikawa is attempting to get contact with you. He says he's lost contact with you, even though I believe you guys had him connected with. Excuse me. Didn't you guys have him in the same network as you guys had with
Yeah.
your relays and all that other stuff?
Yeah, I gave him a way that he could reach us.
Like he was in on at least one of your channels, if not your primary channel.
Yeah, well, I try to remember what Ishigara's first name was.
I think it's Ken.
Ken, yeah. So I'll hear him, and while I'm working this, I'll just hit my push to talk. I'll just flip it over to open and say, Ken, this is Pike. He's just like huffing while he's pulling the rope. So he's just like hot micing. This is
yeah. He's like, oh my god, I finally got a hold of you. What's going on down there? What happened?
Basement is collapsing. We're working our way back up.
You sound like you're incredibly out of breath. Why should I be worried?
I'm picking up 4 people. Don't worry about it.
Are they dead?
Nope. It's just the Pike evader.
I think he just I think there's like a solid 10 seconds of him as he's trying to process that stupid ass word. As I laugh about it, the Pike evader. Oh my god. After a few seconds, he finally comes back and he's like, I don't know what you just said. It's not important.
That's fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, we lost you for a few minutes there. Was that? No, that couldn't have been gunfire. It wasn't that. That wasn't gunfire, was it?
There's a lot of things falling down there. Cave in. Things are collapsing.
Collapse?
Yep.
These are not words I want to hear when I'm in a mine.
Me neither. How close are you to done with your screen?
I mean, you use some very powerful words. We could just say wrap and get out. I think that might be the most prudent course of action for all involved.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that anybody else you might find is going to be less people than your team, so leaving now saves more people.
I don't like the way that less people. All right, whatever. We're gonna listen. Wait, hold on. I'm getting another call. I'll call back. I'll call you back.
I'll be here.
Yeah. So you guys are now up on level 6. Again, not the one I wanted. I've got so many things to open up.
So Pike will once everybody's up, he's going to take the section of rope that probably dipped down in the liquid when Wescott got onto it, and he's just going to cut that section of rope off and throw it down the hole.
Oh, when you pull Wescott up, she's probably filthy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're covered from hip down. Your suit is there's no penetration, but the exterior of it is more black than it is the whatever the suit color is, like yellowish, off-white, whatever.
Yeah. But just look you in the eye and say, is your suit fine?
It is out of character, so you may respond in kind.
I mean, it was attacked when we checked it. I didn't hit anything as far as I can tell.
Okay.
I popped some relays of my last couple that I had up to make sure we can hit a button when we want to hit the button.
Okay.
So we now have them going down the elevator shaft and some on the side. So hopefully that'll give us enough oomph to hit there.
We need to leave.
Yeah. I'll let you guys figure that part out.
I pull up my pup map and I relay what I see.
Hey, Ken, are you back?
There is no answer.
Fuck. I don't know how far down he made it. We already cleared this level. We can't get to the elevator. We're just going to have to take this ramp up to 5.
And then slide down to the elevator and pull that sucker back up. Because we locked it in place, remember? We literally disabled it.
I remember that. So basically at this point, assuming there are no other I forget, but I think on level 3, I think you guys know this, but I think on level 2 or 3, the ramps are blocked. So you can take the ramps up so far, but then you still have to get to the other elevator shaft. But you did leave the elevator car locked on 6. And I think you had coordinated that with Ishigara as well to make sure that...
Oh, yeah. By the way, I used my stolen CCTV footage to stare at this person supposedly having a phone call.
Oh, you want to see what Ishigara is actually doing?
Oh, I already set that up from a couple sessions back. I have it in my notes.
Definitely is in the middle of it's. I mean, it's not a phone, but let's just call it a phone call. He seems to be visibly distraught.
Juggling radios.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's definitely like he's sitting there going like he's got like one hand up to here, even though he's got a helmet on. He's got another hand going like what? He's definitely animated and agitated about something. And then after a moment, he actually comes back to you. He's like, hey, what the fuck would he call you? Would he call you Staff Sergeant Pike? Yeah, he probably would.
I mean,
I
introduced myself. I introduced myself to him as Pike.
Yeah. Oh, it's just Pike?
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, he does call back. He's like, Pike, we've got a problem. Apparently those knuckleheads in the bar are going absolutely apeshit about something, and I haven't been able to get a solid answer for the last 5 minutes. I don't have Marines to go and check this out because I don't know. It's fucking weird. All I hear is something about violence.
Hey, Ken. Hey, Ken.
Yes.
It's all good.
Yes.
We've got guns pointed at the building in case the violence spills out, and we're about to hit the elevator and hit the surface. We'll go there first.
Okay.
We're gonna need a decontamination from whatever it was that was down there that was killing people.
What? Something down there was killing people?
That's something, yeah. Like a gas or something.
Wait, whoa, hold on. We're on a whole new level now. I can't let you just up here if you're contaminated with something.
Well, then
insert standard decontamination speech thing here.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. You cordon off the elevator head and stand by with sprayers, and we'll meet you at the top of the elevator where we will wait for you and your decon team. The faster your decon guys work, the faster I can put Marines in your bar.
Such a weird sentence, by the way.
I look
out
at
of
Pike.
context, that is such a weird sentence.
Yeah. As Pike's talking, I'm standing next to Pike, probably like leaning against him just because he's covering me, and I'm sitting there pulling up the footage and the controls for our.
You want to see what?
I keep wanting to call it an ATV.
The APC.
The APC. Yeah, it's definitely like a look of like you should see if there's anything fucking with the building from the gun cameras.
Yeah, so your gun cameras, I'm not even gonna make you roll for this. Your gun cameras, they don't have a great view of the bar, but you have excellent coverage of the building that has the bar. What you're seeing through your semi-depixelated, grainy footage is
Space 80s.
Space 80s,
that classic VHS.
Yep, yeah, yep.
Hell yeah.
But you get flickering lights where lights should either be on or just off. You get going back and forth, and there are a few people running around, and there are people that are like running away from the building outside, and they are moving.
I move the APC to be across from the entrance.
And to be clear, they're moving towards the landing pads.
Yeah, I moved the APC into a better position to see the door.
Do we have capability to move the APC like that? Am I crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the remote control. I literally have the remote for it.
In that case, I will need a piloting roll. But you can go ahead and take some of your comms tech dice, and like 2 of them, and throw it on your piloting. Actually, I
think while I'm
I have remote. That's straight. I have.
It's ComTech.
It's straight com. Yes, it is pure ComTech to remotely control something.
All right. Well,
so I like the idea that I'm shoulder surfing you while you're looking at while you've got the cam up, and I just say to you, you're clear to fire.
Yeah. I actually get a +2 on top of this because of the fact that I have remote.
Oh, fuck it. All right. Well, go on then. Oh, nope.
I mean,
let's see that stress test or panic roll, I should say.
Let me roll my 2d6 real quick.
What's that for?
Oh, that's another success. So I rolled a 5 and a 6 there.
Oh, because it didn't add the
yeah,
the
I didn't hit
dice.
the right button to add the extra 2. So let me hit the stress.
So yeah, that is one.
I apologize in advance.
Oh.
Level 10.
Can't do it.
What is 10? Oh, frozen by fear. You don't move the APC. In fact, Pike, you notice for some reason your Marine, who is not exactly in physical contact with you, but you're right there crowd surfing with her. I don't know why I said crowd surfing, but you know what I meant.
Yeah.
you notice that she basically tenses the fuck up. And when you look at the feed, there is absolutely some weird shit going on. Like, you catch the silhouette of a human being split in half by what appears to be another human being.
Yeah.
I've got
Like, I want you to
I've got
imagine
outing.
something like Juggernaut splitting Deadpool in half, but they're
So
both human sized.
I want to just like, because I'm standing behind and I don't want to do anything super overt and alert the others, but I'm just gonna like I'm gonna lean forward a little bit more, like I'm slipping a bit to just like jostle her and say and I'll just command to try to push her through
Yep.
the freeze and just say kill them all. And that'll be my command.
okay, so can I trigger overkill with that?
Somebody give me the brief rundown on how overkill works.
I'm trying to remember. I think it requires me to hit a higher level than freeze, but I don't remember.
I think
No.
it's 10 or higher.
10 or
Yes.
higher does sound right off the top of my head, but I don't have the rule open in front of me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just feel like she would freeze until she gets the okay to open up, and then she would just overkill the.
I wanted to be clear first, and there might be but there might be a couple more steps. I want to be clear. Or let me rephrase that. I want to verify. I need you to confirm, Kane, that Pike has just given the order, kill them all. As a command.
He's trying to get her to engage the creatures, right?
Yes.
And anybody who looks infected. So he's telling her kill all, kill all the infected.
Yeah.
But when he says it to her, like, he knows that she has a level of restraint that he doesn't.
Right.
So he's telling her to engage all viable targets when he says kill them all.
Yes. Now, I do need you to make a command roll because your command does have a certain amount of ambiguity to it.
Yep.
Well, more accurately, oh shit!
I'm gonna push it.
You better. Oh, only one success, but a success.
I will take the clarity of that order, kicking and screaming across the finish line.
Yeah. Okay,
Unfortunately, what's
like
not recorded on your videos is that it was not very clearly explained what you wanted. All it heard was kill them all.
Yeah,
However,
I apparently have a Pike speech filter just beaten into my brain by this point.
Yeah, you did.
And I did what he wants.
You managed to interpret what his intention is. This is why Commander's intent is a very important paragraph in an op order.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's Warren observing with all of those successes? Oh, you're muted, Luke.
What the hell just happened? And
does he like creep over the other shoulder to look at the screen and go, "Oh, okay, we're good."
Yeah, so Wescott's here, Pike goes here, where Warren goes over here, and just kind of nods.
And I mean, at this point, somebody's got to be covering this hallway. Actually, Wescott might snap boots, cover hallway.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me...
Because if I'm actively controlling this, it's not like I can walk properly. I'm stuck standing here doing it.
Yeah, you pretty much are. Go ahead and give me that, I'm going to say gunnery. I know that's not the right skill.
It's
remote
is 100%.
Oh, it's all remote.
Yeah. Still remote.
It's all remote.
It's all contact. You get to kill people with your contact now.
Right.
You are qualified to set up, control, and repair remote sentry guns and other remotely controlled battlefield devices, and to pilot to remote vehicles and pups.
Right.
I get a +2.
Yeah, right-click that skill and give yourself that +2 so we don't have to do the rolling.
Oh God. So, do you? How many times am I going to need to roll this contact roll? Because my stress is at like
I'm juicing you with a nap relief because I see that you're stressed. I give you the order, and there's just a comforting feeling as I use one of the ports on your suit and just.
Oh.
Your stress is.
I want to use one of my successes to just do the look fast, agree, and turn back into like checking with the boots.
Okay. All right. You zap her with the nap relief. That's gonna dump. I believe that dumps all of her stress. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just commanded away her panic condition.
Yes, and
yeah.
I need more drugs. I'm running low on drugs.
I'm trying to think how everyone's want to phrase this next question. When you shot her with an apple leaf, you specifically said port. I heard you use that word. Am I right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I almost had to think of something else. I was like, no, damn it, he said port. Fuck.
Yeah. It's because these suits are set up so we can use them in no atmosphere. So.
Yeah. No. Exactly. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me that comms tech thingy. And that it did include your extra dice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You.
I lost some dice because you took my thing away when I dropped it.
Oh, the stress.
Because the device, the SSGT.
Oh,
took
yeah.
away some of my modifier.
Yeah.
So the 2 you added, my 2 from my remote make up for it.
Are you pushing that?
You can push it for additional success and more stress.
Yes.
All right. 2 additional, so 4 successes total. You blast the individual that appears to have ripped another person in half. There's just no question that thing gets eviscerated by multiple.
I do it quick.
Bullets.
I do it with flare.
Yeah.
And
flare.
I do a +1 modifier to a later roll to use the gun.
Or here's an idea, because this is a combat roll. I feel like we should be able to use the ranged combat stunts for this because we're using the guns. So she should be able to split it to hit multiple targets because the base damage on this thing is abhorrently high anyways.
Well, the only problem with that is presently there appears to be only one target.
Okay.
From what you can tell with the not great footage.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but this thing basically gets pulped.
Yeah.
I'll get on the comms. I'm sure Ken is losing his goddamn mind now.
Oh yeah, I think this gun is not, well, it's vacuum up there, so you're not going to hear it.
No, but I'm sure he's getting reports of them.
Oh yeah, he is. There's probably somebody on a radio going, "Oh my fucking god!" And there's somebody with a cell phone, of course, videotaping this shit.
Yeah,
Ken,
the worst part is you can feel it.
I took care of the hostile in the door. Click.
Yep. So
we've got threat suppression on your pad. You should make sure nobody leaves until you can screen them.
I think what happens, and you see this through the cameras on the APC, cameras all around the APC and the gun turret camera footage, is everybody that had just ran for the landing pads saw the APC turret. They see the APC roll up to the front door. The turret just goes, and everybody's just like, "Oh my fucking god!" And they just bolt back to the entrance for the mine because they have no idea where else to go right now because they're out in the open with what appears to be a bunch of psychotic Marines.
Well,
and
we've solved the problem.
Q-Can calling on the radio. Pike, I gotta ask, what the fuck?
Crazy person was going to kill more people. We put him down.
I've now got 50 people clamoring into the entrance to the mine shaft that I was just trying to get everybody out of, and they are not happy that there is a Marine vehicle that just blew up the bar.
Well, you can tell them that the Marines are with you, and we're coming up behind you, so they can either cooperate with you or they can deal with us.
I don't know if I can convey that. They're pretty fucking upset. Oh, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to handle this. I think in the background, you don't really hear. I mean, it's vacuum, so you're not going to hear a lot.
Where he's standing.
I'm sorry?
I pull up the CCTV for that section of tunnel.
Yeah, so he's near the entrance, and there is literally a wall of people, and they are they look like they're screaming because you don't have audio, because they are at that level where they're at. There is no atmosphere. They look like they're screaming, and they are not happy. And several of them have shovels and axes and things like that, and they are all focused on Ken. Or Kevin, or Kyle, or Mark, whatever his fucking name is. Ishikara.
All right.
You definitely kicked over a Hornet's. You solved a problem, yes.
Yeah.
Here's that there is now another problem, as Ken is doing the verbal equivalent of backpedaling the fuck off of this problem.
All right. It's time for some cardio. Check the gun cameras one more time. Make sure there's no one else coming out that's fucking psychotic, and then we're gonna start running.
Yep.
That appears that the only movement that you can see anywhere near the bar is body parts twitching. And even that's not clear because of, again, VHS footage.
Hmm.
You know,
I love
it's
a
not
good-
even 240-bit fucking or 240 pixel fucking. It's nowhere
Oh,
near
yeah.
HD.
Like
No.
Nintendo, Super
Yeah.
Nintendo, like
Yep.
resolution.
So I think yeah, looking at everything looks good. Pike looks at everybody else and says, I love a good run for the core. Let's go. And we're just gonna run. We're gonna run up the ramp to 5, and we're gonna run across 5 so we can get to the elevator shaft and send someone down the cables.
Okay.
Do you convey the message of the people coming into the facility?
You
everyone that's coming in.
Let me see. Actually, let me see what I got here. Of course I didn't. Okay.
So, I mean, if civilians are or engineers, that's right. If engineers are coming into the mine, and they have like axes and pickaxes and stuff, it'd probably be a good idea to take the safety off of our incinerators.
Oh
I mean, that's
God.
certainly a way to deal with it.
I mean, it's less lethal if they're further than.
Oh, his name is
30
Ken. I
feet.
was right all along. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Do you guys see the map I've got loaded?
Nope.
No.
Good.
Good.
Okay. Blind as intended.
Okay.
But yeah, we need to run over. Someone needs to go down the cables. We need to get the elevator, go up to the floor Ken's on, come out the elevator, and threaten bodily harm on a crowd of people so they cooperate and don't murder Ken and his medics.
You got it.
Which is super counterproductive, but
Oh, yeah.
these miners have proven to be otherwise worthless people anyways.
If it's a stamina and mobility checks, I think Warren might get this, unless Pike wants to do it.
I mean, trying to go move faster is a mobility roll.
No, but I mean going down the mine shaft to get the thing.
Oh, I mean, if Warren volunteers to go, Pike's just gonna give him an out-of-way and let him go.
Okay.
All right. This is good. I thought I had this set up, but I didn't. So now I actually have to go on the fly. So continue discussing your plans and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Do we get to run to the elevator shaft, or are we currently loading level 5 so that we are not running straight to the elevator shaft?
You are on level 5, currently working your way through the ramp. I will leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to go well.
What are you guys worried about? Every combat encounter I've set before you, you just obliterated my opponents for you. You're fine. You're not gonna die.
Yeah, just
we're way less.
The only way I've killed a player character is by basically taking over another player character to do it.
As far as Pike is concerned, the queen killed our medic.
Oh, absolutely, but the only way I got that fucking kill was because I goddamn.
Well, Pike is lucky. He almost got 2, except that I stood back up.
Let's get 2. Yeah.
Yeah. He would have gotten way more if the command didn't work out. It would have been all 4 of us.
You would have TPK'd if I had it
been
pulled
really
out the
fucking
clutch
scary.
command roll.
That was a really clutch command roll. Let's be real.
Yeah, I definitely.
You had to make that roll, or the campaign might have ended.
Yeah.
Hey, there's something to be said about making diving in front of a shot, the person behind me, the medic, getting nailed through the faceplate, and then me turning around, commanding him to turn around and shoot the queen, and then diving on his ass to patch his suit in vacuum.
Hey, the worst part about Winston's
real fucking action
death,
movie shit right there.
Yeah.
The worst part of Winston's death is that he didn't die because of the bullet.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he might have bled out before anything else happened, except for the part where he suffocated. There was no air.
Yeah, he lost his ear and then he just passed out.
Okay. I need that.
Vacuum of space is a harsh mistress.
Yeah.
These guys. Okay. I haven't rolled initiative yet, but you guys go ahead and take a quick moment to reestablish your correct marching order as you're making your way up the ramps.
I want Warren and his battle buddy to take point. Wescott and her battle buddy in the rear, and Pike's in the middle, facing forward to take shots while we run forward
Okay. Which way is forward?
this way.
I kind of assumed so, but I wasn't really sure.
I can see a part of an arrow over here pointing towards us, so I think that's up. So we are at
Okay.
the top of the ramp.
So we're going this way?
Yeah, we're headed to the right.
Based on the size of the map and the location, you're going to the right. Yes.
And we're sprinting. We're full on.
Yeah, we're running.
Okay. All right. That means like what, 3 zones?
We can make mobility rolls and run at the slowest person's pace.
Oh yeah.
All right. Have you guys figured out how this is gonna happen out for you guys? Because
Yes.
basically, counterclockwise is going up. In case that's not obvious. Well, actually, I think it
We're
might
going
be
this way.
clockwise, but you're not going up the ramps further anyway. You're going across to the other side, correct?
Yeah.
To get to the elevators.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you need a moment?
No, I'm good. Are you guys good?
Okay.
Yep.
No.
All right.
So yeah, we're running to the right.
Okay. Well.
All right. Give me a
Let's-
second to figure out my gear here because I probably would have done a gear check. What do I got? Okay, so I've got encumbrance level 1 on each of my characters. So they're probably going to. Let's see
Warren,
here.
you should be able to see somebody in front of you. Am I right?
I
Not
don't
of
see
your
anyone
team,
in front of me. Oh, okay.
correct?
Okay, give me a second. Warren is going to see someone in front of him. Are they making any amount of sound?
No, I mean like on the map. Can you see someone?
Yeah, right there.
Right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, as you come up around this turn and come up, you see a handful of miners in this location that I'm pinging right now, which I realize on the map you may not actually physically see.
No.
Actually, you know what? There's a way to do this. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Hold on 1 second.
You can encumbrance, over encumbered. You can temporarily carry up to twice your normal encumbrance limit. If you are over encumbered, you must make mobility rolls when you want to run or crawl in a round of combat. So you probably just need to keep making mobility rolls to just like continue to jog at a normal pace.
Okay, that's fine.
Correct me if I'm
Well,
wrong.
That's so ironic.
You guys
Okay.
should
We'll
be
just
able to
go at your
see a bunch of miners in front of you.
Yeah.
Because as cool as it was to have the light thingy, I just realized that I don't want to do that right now. As you are coming up, you encounter these miners, and one of them, they're all carrying, hold on, what the hell is it they're carrying? They are carrying mining lasers.
Should I do an observation?
I'm sorry?
Should I do an observation?
In a moment, maybe.
Okay.
Let me set the scene. There are these miners. They are vac suited up, carrying mining lasers, and they have definitely the countenance of very upset, angry people. Some of them are quite dirty. There's some blood streaks on a few of them. They don't appear to be injured themselves, but that, the blood is from other people. None of them, from what you could tell, at least initially, appear to have any of the black goo or anything on them. None of them seem weird, as far as you could tell initially. If anything, the only problem here is that they are pissed the fuck off.
Okay.
One of them, this guy here, he's not going to introduce himself, but basically he's like, "Hey, you fucking you goons. Yeah, you killed 3 of our friends down on the other end, and now we're gonna make you pay, eh?" Or something along those lines.
That's us?
Yeah, he's talking to you guys.
All right. Do I roll initiative or do I just
I
do the
am
thing that
going
I'm about to do?
to roll initiative for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, remember, we want to walk through that portion, so a grenade is probably not the best idea.
Oh, I'm not doing grenades.
Okay, so on the combat encounter thingy there,
Okay.
I believe there are some of you that have initiative traits.
I do, so I get to re-roll initiative.
So, Warren, you are number 2, so you could just let it go. Or
I'll stay where I'm at.
all right, Pike stays where he's at. Warren, what are you doing?
Oh, that's a 10.
And that was right that rolled that, by the way.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because I selected right, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Correct me if
Okay,
I'm
so
wrong.
let me
If you
say I
re-roll, you don't have to take it, or do you have to take it?
Yeah, don't
You
have to take it.
choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because normally, when you do the initiative cards, you draw 2 and choose which one you want.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
All right. In that case, I think we are staying with the way it is. No one is moving or changing their position. Is that right?
Can't. It's not our turn yet.
Well, about
no,
changing their
but,
position in the initiative order.
I rolled. I don't want to take my other option.
Okay.
No.
I think we're good
No.
then. In that case.
No.
Yeah, it basically the boss of these guys basically says this shit about, hey, you way you goons, blah blah blah. And they fucking have at it. I need to double check something.
The way I see it is they seem to have one shot ahead of them.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
And when we get to the court martial after this, they attacked first.
Well,
Yep.
they literally did. So, I'm trying to see. All right, because they're not. Fuck it. Okay. Well, that one, and we've got Wright and Warren up front, so I'm just gonna do a 1d. 2 is 1 is Wright, 2 is Warren.
Okay.
Warren takes a bullet.
Do I have armor?
Yes, you do have armor, and I don't have armor piercing, so yeah, that bullet just kind of flangs off your.
That is a surprisingly large armor roll.
Why do I have that much?
Did you
I
roll
don't
double
think you
armor by
should.
chance?
No.
Do you have too many sets of armor equipped right now?
That's also a possibility, I suppose.
Nothing shot at me yet.
He has 16 armor on his character sheet. That doesn't sound right at all.
Oh yeah, because I have an Armat CM4 plastic shield, riot shield.
On Warren?
Plus a IRC MK35 pressure suit.
And they are all
personal
active.
armor. Yeah.
And we're not wearing the regular marine armor underneath. Like it
No,
doesn't.
we're not?
That
Okay.
doesn't stack.
Okay, perfect. Then I'll just
send that to the locker.
Okay, that's fine.
So you should have the pressure suit
5 plus your shield.
and if you want the shield, I guess you have it.
The shield's always kind of been on the side.
So 11 dice, which is still a fuckload of dice.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and re-roll that
locker.
for me.
What about my ballistic helmet? Nothing. Oh yeah, because that just stays there.
Yeah, that's there. So you have.
So I should have 11 dice.
Yeah.
I only have 10 dice.
Your pressure shoots should be armor 5, and your ballistic shield should be armor 6.
It's armor 5. All right, whatever.
Well, you take a point of damage.
All right,
as
fine.
This guy shoots you, not quite in the face. And once you've adjusted that on your sheet, go ahead and make your attack action or combat action, I should say.
So aiming in this general direction.
The guy that shot you, by the way, was this one. Just so you know,
I know.
In case you want to shoot him specifically.
Oh, okay. Well, it's gonna matter only kind of in the sense that I have an idea how this works. Give me 1 second.
Also, it was this guy that said the shit about you, way you goons, etc. And then it was again this guy that shot you.
Could have saved them. They chose violence.
They chose violence.
no,
Yeah,
they
they
did.
certainly
They
did.
did. How does a incinerator unit work?
It's a flamethrower, effectively. That
yeah.
I believe.
You'll shoot all 6.
Yeah, it basically cooks that entire zone. Am I right? Well, there's 2
I'll pull
zones
up-
here.
I'll pull up the thing for it, but it's basically like it's a fire grenade, basically.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
2,
well
and there's 2
then-
zones. This guy, and then the other 2 up front are in the
So I'm
first
shooting
zone.
him through them.
Yep.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to see the zone border, but it's like right here.
Any way I can get a modifier on that, or no?
No.
Okay.
In fact, let me throw the foundry up so people can see what's going on.
Oh yeah.
So that is a hit, but there's a stress or panic roll
1,
on
2,
there.
3. Oh. Keeping it
You
together.
keep it together. Warren is cool under pressure as he ignites the incinerator unit. Now, that looks like
all of these guys are going to take fire intensity 9.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to roll 9 dice for damage, and this roll will apply to everybody.
It will apply to the first 3, by the way, because there's
Okay.
a zone boundary right here.
Okay.
I can accept that.
So go ahead and roll your 9 dice, and that's the armor, or that's the number I got to roll my armor against.
Yeah. How do I roll that?
Just
9 dice?
96.
Okay.
Is that 9, like from 9 to 54 points of damage?
No, it's 6s are successes as a damage.
Got it. Okay. I see 1 success in there.
Yeah, I see 1 success.
Yep, 1 success. So first guy is gonna make his armor. You should have at least the thingy on. Yeah. This armor is not armor piercing, and it is not doubled. Am I right?
Just armor does regular protection.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's guy
Okay,
1.
he saves it.
He's good. Second guy eats it. He is
Third guy.
now on fire. We'll resolve. I've applied the damage to him. I don't know if there's additional that we need to worry about. We'll get to that in a moment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I figured that he's on fire now. He is on fire as well.
Cool.
All right. So unless I'm mistaken,
they take the 1 point of damage for the
Mhm.
intensity of the fire, and on the
Mhm.
beginning of their turn, they take intensity 9 until they're put out, or until that intensity 9 fire rolls no damage.
so basically repeat the last
They're on
step
fire.
every
They're burning
round
to death,
Mhm.
until they put the fire out somehow
or die,
Okay.
or die.
or
obviously.
the fire fails to do any damage to put itself out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I see. Okay. All right.
And to put somebody out requires a successful mobility roll.
Okay, so this guy's on fire. This guy's not on fire, and he's next. Can I yell out at them? I don't think they can hear me, eh?
No, because level 5. I think level 5 will have some incredibly. Yeah, the short version is no.
We're still sealed in our suits.
Yeah, you're still
Yeah.
sealed. The little bit of atmosphere there is on top of being sealed, like you'd have to be yelling super loud for anybody to be like, "Did you hear something?"
So I didn't hear them say anything. I just
Yeah,
someone shot at me.
when the old boy yelled about you goons, it was kind of like on an open channel. So you can
Oh,
talk on an
okay.
open channel, I suppose.
Well, I just set one on fire at least.
You set 2 of them on fire.
Yeah, he
Having
did.
a bad fucking time.
I don't have time to switch to an open channel anyways. So
By the way, for the stream, real
next
quick,
thing that I do.
1 second, Luke. Just for the stream and the viewers and whatnot, we'll get through the first round of combat and then we'll wrap for the night. Just looking at the time.
I just want to note that I do have Hug the Dirt, which gives me a free action to hug the dirt.
Okay. I mean, if you want to hug the dirt now, I believe that will last for the rest of the round. It gives you an additional difficulty
cover.
to hit or to be hit or something like that. I think I don't
bonus
remember.
to the armor roll.
It goes to the armor roll. Is that what it is?
It's a bonus to the armor roll.
Okay. And I believe, is that everything for? Well, Warren. First off, I guess, are you? So basically, you're lighting them up and then hitting the dirt or hitting the something concurrent.
Realizing I got shot, and I just go down.
Okay. All right, that takes it to the next miner. He is also going to shoot. I'm going to roll 1d2 just to see which one he is shooting at. Again.
Please me.
One is right.
Oh.
So he's going to shoot at right. One success. 1 damage. Go ahead
Okay.
and roll
I
your.
also rolls 10 thing. That's a block.
And that damage is mitigated.
The
Does
shield.
Wright's got the shield as well?
Yeah,
Yep.
she's the
The assault.
yeah, the assault marine. I couldn't think of what the term was, but basically the room
breacher.
breaching one.
Yeah, the breacher. Who
Pike?
is very upset because there's 2 civilians on fire.
Well, they're also being shot at, so this one actually probably is less of an upsetting moment for her, but I will let the player, of course, determine that.
Yeah.
Pike, you're up. And your 2 Marines in front of you have been shot at by these civilians that appear to be very angry and saying things like, "You fucking Wei goons suck ass. We're going to kill you. You killed some of our people, blah, 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 blah." Also, 2 of them are on fire. I love that little chuckle. That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim for the guy at the back here.
Okay.
I'm firing a barrel grenade at him.
All right, so that grenade will affect all 3 in that back zone.
Yep.
Okay. Fire away. This may only be 1 round of combat.
I mean, I'm hoping.
Wow. I'm going to assume you're
push
gonna.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you're pushing that, aren't you?
Oh.
I'm fine with this.
Roll that panic.
Because I mean, I don't need to. I'm gonna overkill.
Are
Yep.
you in
Minimum
overkill?
Minimum result gets me to overkill.
Okay.
So
You've
did
got
you
a total of 6 successes there.
Yep. So the grenade's base damage is 9, and it's blast 9.
So
Mhm.
each of them are. So you're rolling 9d6.
So for the first guy, he's gonna take 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's gonna take 14 damage.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, he's dead. Straight up.
Okay.
Yep.
And the other 2 are going to take.
That's where you roll the 96, correct?
Yeah.
And I get armor on that, I believe.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Even if he got successful armor, it would have not been enough to. 1 damage.
Yeah. 4 damage to each of them.
He takes a damage. And he also takes damage.
Hmm.
Right. So yeah, the guy in the back, he just becomes basically solid chunks of body parts everywhere. The other 2 are like, and you can see them like cringing against the blast, like getting bounced around the walls a little bit. One of the miners that's currently, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I would like to with my with my fast action,
Mhm.
since I just boomed and ran out.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm overkilling.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to make some sort of attempt to do an intimidation roll, but Pike's overkilling. He wants to kill them all.
Okay.
Never mind.
Is there anything you can do fact action wise to kill somebody? I don't believe you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, take my
Remember
knife.
how I bought something for him last session?
I'm going to auto fire the pulse rifle at those 2 guys in the back.
Okay.
So how many of my rounds of ammo do you want to borrow there, Pike?
He's
I
so
still have
fed
like
up with
4
this
magazines
place.
on me.
I don't
So
roll my
90
stress.
pounds of ammo.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need to roll the stress. I'm overkilling.
Yeah.
So we'll do. Let's see, how do I want to split?
So you got
yeah,
it's 3 successes, base damage
and
2. My math says,
forgot.
is that 5 damage or 4?
I forgot to roll 2 dice. So I'm gonna do So each took a damage already. How burly do these guys look? They're just like regular dudes, right?
Regular dudes. These are miners, and they're wearing hazmat suits that have a little bit of armor built into them.
All right, I'll do 4 damage to each of them.
Yeah, I mean they're shooting at you with mining lasers. They're not like anything special.
Yeah, I'll do 4 damage to each of them.
4 damage?
Yep, I'm using the auto fire. I'm using one of my 6s to hit a second target.
Okay.
And the rest is going into damage, so 4 damage for each.
All right, well, that kills him.
Are we leaving the captain guy alive?
I wanted to fire a grenade to a bunch of people that weren't just screaming on fire.
Okay.
And he takes all 4, so he dies as well.
Hey, stress. Pike cleared his stress out.
Yeah, so the 3
Alright.
guys in the back are, one is chunked. The other 2 are riddled with so many bullet holes, like so many bullet holes. And Pike now has an empty magazine. Yet again.
Empty tube, empty magazine.
Yep, he's got an empty rifle. One of the burning one of the burning miners is up. I need somebody to roll 96.
You want to roll your 96, Luke? See if you can
I
just
do
kill
like
this guy.
that. Yes.
This encounter went so bad. Looks like 1 success again.
One success.
Now he's already on fire, so I don't know if the armor applies. The armor was supposed to stop him from being lit on fire.
Yeah.
Are you looking that up? It sounded like you were.
Is he petting a cat?
Attack at the start. Intensity increases by 1 each round. You have to roll another d6. The intensity goes up by 1 every round.
Well, this is still the first round.
This is the first time This is the first time. This is the second time he's taken damage from this fire.
That's fair.
Okay, it's still only 1 damage.
Yeah.
As soon as it deals no damage, it goes up by itself. If you are broken, you keep making death rolls as you keep burning to death. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't
Terrible
see a
time.
mention of it at all. So he might still get his armor roll. I don't know. It's up to you. Do you think the armor would help a guy who's burning to death?
Because I want him to live a little bit longer. Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
cool.
so his suit is now part of him. What do you want him to accomplish?
He's going to fire a mining laser at the motherfucker that set his ass on fire. That's what he's going to do.
Because
He's going to take a -2.
Because the fire did no damage, he loses the burning condition.
Oh, so it's not just that it's because he
that's why I was asking about whether or not you wanted the armor to count, because a man who's on fire, suddenly his armor put out the fire.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's weird.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way. Like, part of the clothing of the vac suit catches on fire, but like it runs into the metal parts that are armored or whatever. Like, I don't know. It kind of makes sense.
Melted plastic would suck, though.
Yeah, it would, because
So
he's going to be
shoots
burned
after
and scarred for
Warren?
life after this, if he managed to somehow miraculously survive a bunch of pissed off Marines.
So he's shooting after Warren, right? He
Yeah,
takes a
yeah.
-2 to his range attack.
I'm sorry, one more time?
He takes a -2 to his range attack because he's shooting a prone target.
All right, -2 on the attack. That is still a success. 1 damage, sir.
These guys are
Okay.
really bad.
He's fucking pissed. It's like, you fucking put me on fire. I'm lucky that there's no air in here and it burned itself out. And then, well, shit.
Boing.
Well, shit, that was not a good shot. All right, dead miner, and now it's up to Wally with his fucking smart pulse rifle. Smart gun.
Yeah,
whatever
what
the
will
fuck.
Wally do?
I think Wally is going to light them the fuck up. But I don't know. I'm not the player.
Okay, so
I think we're about to see some religion right now.
he compliments his fellow compatriots on setting the heathens on fire.
Amazing.
Let's see. And then he turns around and does let me double check something.
She's got something planned. You can tell by that giggle.
He's not wasting full auto on this, but I seriously considered it.
Hmm.
The moron in the front.
The
Oh, that's
one
not
that
good
just
for him.
stopped burning.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So
the
that's-
the
union
boss.
boss.
Oh, the Union boss. Okay.
Yeah, his stress is too high to do anything.
Oh, he
Kind of
freezes.
figured that was. Yep.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah,
Oh
I think he
my.
gets ready to line up his shot, and there's a moment of doubt, and he's just like, I can't. I know I'm defending myself, but I
But
just
those
can't.
look like civvies.
Yeah, and I
They're
think
definitely
part of it is
civvies.
because it's civvies, but he's also got this fucking big ass gun, and it just doesn't equate. Like it doesn't balance, and maybe he should use a smaller weapon. And so meanwhile, he has this internal debate and loses his turn.
So does he want to use the big ass gun or the incinerator? Because he has both.
It could be a confusion on which weapon to use, and that's what causes him to freeze up. I
Yes,
believe there's nothing
that's
else
his-
you can do.
Yes,
Though.
he always blames freezing on trying to
Oh.
pick which weapon is the best.
All friendly PCs in short range also increase stress by 1. That
I
would
Which is
just
not
cleared
to-
that stress.
I know.
It's Wescott
In the short range or
definitely for
zone?
zone.
Yeah.
How
Actually, based on the squares, I'm the only one in the same zone with him.
is it also adjacent zones, or is it just
No,
It's
Okay.
just same zone.
All right.
so I'm the only one who gets smacked with that one because we're standing in the zone behind the other 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Dead miner and then right.
Right.
Oh, this is all right. Give me a second.
I can
Hmm.
imagine after they get back to the ship, Pike and Wright having conversations about proper etiquette in a firefight.
Oh, what
Uh,
for that really awkward sound off?
Well, just
I wanna-
no, just for the
yes.
part where she got ready to shoot and then bolted. Earlier.
Oh, that
I
was.
think
Oh yeah.
I think Alita's going to try to alleviate the situation by taking out the boss person by
Okay.
like bum rushing him with the steel shield she's carrying.
Okay. You're gonna run up and
Um,
shield bash him, huh?
Yeah, just
Okay.
knock him hopefully unconscious.
Sure.
Um
I'm gonna scoot you up next to the boss there. Go
Yeah,
ahead and
so
make
just,
your
running,
what is it? Close combat?
yeah, so I'm gonna do a close combat.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I've got a skill here.
A trait. I have a trait for this. Give me one.
All right. So I've got subdue. Okay.
What's that do?
You're skilled at subduing an opponent without harming them. When you attack a humanoid opponent in close combat, you can declare that you are trying to subdue them. Then you take a +2 modification to the attack.
Okay.
Okay. And I also have Past the Limit, which allows me to, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. You're the toughest badass around. You can push any skill roll based on strength twice, not just once like any other characters. Each
So
push
you could
increases your
really
stress by
bash
1.
the fuck out of him, is what I'm hearing.
Well, I
This
could,
is
yes.
This is a dramatic, non-lethal takedown.
This is very
This is-
dramatic, non-lethal.
This is trying to like stop the situation from happening. So zoop.
Okay.
Ah.
Roll that stress.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Panicked.
Scream. Oh.
You lost your slow action.
You thought this was a great fucking idea, and then you're like in this guy's face. And I think what does it, it's not so much that you're in this guy's face and everything. You're watching the other miner on fire, and you just freeze up and start screaming. You lose your absolute shit at this point. You don't even know what the fuck, like, how the fuck did you end up here? Is what's going through your head as you're screaming. You
So
can
I make an
decrease your
immediate panic
stress by
roll.
1, by the way, but everybody
Yeah.
around you,
You
all
make panic
well,
rolls.
you got open comms, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So all of you guys, the rest of the team has to make a panic roll.
Pike
Okay.
is overkilling.
Yep, Pike's overkilling. So
is
Wescott
overkilling.
and
Man.
Warren and Wally.
How do I do
Poor
a panic roll?
Wally.
Just a stress?
Yeah, you
click
just
the
roll
word
stress.
Okay.
Am I crazy?
Yeah, we're good.
Keeping
Warren's
it together.
good.
Yep, Warren's good. Wally is
Wally runs.
Wally runs back down
Wally
the ramp.
runs.
Poor Wally.
Oh no.
I
Yeah.
am the amount of reaming his ass is about to get.
Wally
If he makes it
and
out.
Wright are both just getting fucked up at the end of this mission from Pike. Wescott is yeah, he's like, yeah, this is normal.
The OGs are fine. The boots keep picking the fuck up.
It's exactly what it is. And meanwhile, the boss is just like right in front of this screaming little girl. He's just like, what the shit is this? And ironically,
giant girl.
huh?
Screaming big girl.
Well, yeah, whichever. And meanwhile, the boss is just like, oh, you came right to me to scream? That was effective. Blip. As he shoots her with the mining laser that he's got. And fails, but I can push.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, this guy must be a super NPC.
Well, it's also close range, and she's doing nothing but
He's
screaming.
Union boss, Stefan.
Well, I'm just saying, like, normally NPCs aren't allowed to push at all. That's normally only a player thing.
Oh yeah, I remember this guy's name actually.
Okay, so I took 3 damage.
Yeah, I'm rethinking about that push, because you know what? He's got a name. He's not just a mook, so I guess the push stands. He may not be terribly important in the grand scheme of things, but he does have a name.
Did he take his -2 dice for firing in melee?
Let me counter this, and I'm okay with whatever the answer is. They are close range, like super close, because, you know, Wright wanted to get into melee range, but never actually made a melee attack.
Yeah, I feel like he would have just been like points, gun, and then fires.
I mean, it's not a it's a mining laser. I don't know how big
Points,
that is.
mining laser.
But it's like
points, mining laser, and then zaps me in the face.
Yeah, I feel like if she wasn't screaming in panic, then that would apply. But because she's, for lack of a better way to phrase it, maybe immobilized, that
do I get armor rolls?
You'll get the armor roll.
Oh, okay. So I don't just take.
I think Wright's condition and the melee disadvantage cancel out. Is my argument. Does that make sense to everybody?
That.
Roll your armor.
Well, you take like 1 point of damage.
2 points of damage. Or 3.
Yeah, that was 3 successes on a base 1.
Yeah. Okay, right. Cool.
Wescott, you're up.
I still got more health than Warren has in total.
Oh, I'm also going to scooch back. Not that this makes much difference. just a little bit further back.
Yeah, so
next to the fiery gang.
Yeah, he's cold.
This one here, this is the one who was on fire, and this one is the Union boss who just lit up one of my people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fiery guy is right on fire.
So if I fire at full auto, what happens?
He's drinking.
You take a point of stress, you add 2 more dice, and you can spend some of your 6s to deal damage to additional targets.
Cool. And didn't we already toss an underbarrel incinerator at these people?
Yes.
I mean, it was a full incinerator, and I fired an underbarrel grenade at them. And then I auto-fired them.
I'm going to say this too. Just because Wright is mechanically allowed to be right on the zone line, she is on either side of it. So any zone-wide effect, it will be a 50% chance of striking her as well.
Which would be hilarious.
It would be hilarious.
But also awful.
Yes. But it's a 50-50 chance of whether or not it happens.
She also has that ballistic shield.
She does have the ballistic shield, so there is that. As she's screaming into the void right now.
Okay. So, yeah. We're gonna go with just plain old shooting boss dude.
Okay.
And hoping fire does the rest.
That's 2 successes. Would you like to push that?
Yes. He pissed me off.
3 successes. All right. What is that? It's 5 damage? 6?
5 if it's all damage.
Yeah, it's all damage.
4 damage and a stunt to disarm.
Okay. Well, 4 damage kills him. Oh, wait, let me roll armor first. Sorry.
Cool.
Armor piercing.
Yep, armor piercing. Yep, he's dead.
Okay.
So he is
His laser
definitely
goes flying.
he's definitely disarmed. He is
So
dead.
I step forward and just hold a reload out to Pike. I have a feeling he's almost out.
So, because it'll take 5 seconds, do we just finish this combat?
Please, I would have finished the murdering them.
I think we'll make it through this round. So, Mr. Burning Miner is up.
Okay, so he takes 10d6, right?
10,
Yes,
yep,
10d6.
1 damage.
One damage.
Man, these guys are getting super lucky on the fire.
Yeah, he is.
Oh no!
Takes another point and he's still on fire.
Yeah, and now it's his turn, and he is like, oh man.
He's a man
you know what?
who's
I'm gonna
currently
do.
on fire. Does he try to put himself out?
Yeah.
He's a regular person.
He is going to continue firing at. You know what? He saw what Pike did. He's like, no, I'm fucking Pike up. So he's gonna shoot at Pike. And whiffs.
Mm-hmm.
Pike's not even like squatting or like trying to make himself
and he
narrow.
totally
He's
fucking
just
misses.
like ballsy out, like drops the empty mag. Like, come on, bro, try harder.
You're just like skill issue as you reload your weapon. No, I know. It's that meme of shame as he reloads the shotgun. Warren, you're up.
Okay.
And you're not incapacitated, but in any way.
Not really, no. Okay,
Yeah,
so with Hug
Warren's
the Dirt,
cool as a
also,
cucumber.
Yeah, he is.
so Warren with his Hug the Dirt talent, getting up is a fast action,
Okay.
so he can just kind of like doot. Oh. And I suppose he's actually just gonna flamethrower again to these two people.
Fuck it, go for it, man.
I mean, it's pretty much the play at this point. Where are you? Inventory. Underbarrel.
Push it. You got plenty of stress to work with.
I do.
4 successes total.
I mean, you hit both targets.
Yep.
That's just...
Now we just go back to the, was it 9 dice?
Well, the first guy takes 9 dice.
As he gets probably set on fire again.
Yeah, so let's resolve that one first, because then we got to talk about the other one.
Yeah, because the other one's going to be at, what, 11 dice? Ooh, there's a couple
that's
of
the roll we want.
That's a good one. 1, 2, 3 dice. Or 3 successes, I should say.
Not so lucky this time.
What is that, 3 damage?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And on fire. Again. This guy is he's not going to survive, obviously, but I'm just thinking in my head, man, he is going to have some fire-related trauma for the rest of his life.
Does he?
Now the other guy,
ironically,
he's already on fire for 10d6. How do you want to do this? Do you want to like?
Are you asking me?
Because there's no. I mean, if we just take it strictly as written, it's 96, and he has the fire condition. But he already has the fire condition. He can't be on fire twice.
Yeah. Well, his last was 10, so this is going to be 11. It's just really the only. And then when it comes his turn again, it'll be 12 if he lives that long.
Wow, that's 3 damage.
2, yep, 3.
Yeah, these are the rolls we wanted.
Yep. Yeah, he cooks himself. Or not cooks himself, but he's dead.
Yeah, that of their fire is very short-lived.
Yeah, so it's just this guy who's left. Pike, how would you like to murder the only surviving miner that has attacked your crew?
So Pike, like, this guy's on fire. Pike dropped his magazine at the end of last round. He reaches over, grabs the free magazine from Wescott, and he's just going to walk up to this guy while he slowly reloads, and he's just going to auto-fire kill this guy.
I'm not even gonna make you
Oh,
roll
fuck.
for it, man. You just
He
kill
just
him.
like dramatically walks up
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
bursts him top to bottom.
Yep. You do a whole ass another mag dump into this dude at point blank range and just fucking kill him. He's dead. There's no other way around it. We don't need to roll that shit.
Hey, Pike. Matt.
Oh, Rodance, you're coming and broke in.
Hmm.
That wasn't me. I wasn't the only one that heard that, right? Oops.
Yeah.
Dance. Audio at the
I
end.
think we lost her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's give her a moment. Then we will. Because the next thing we're gonna go right into the outro bit here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we definitely lost her. So when we return next week, you guys will get the option of continuing down this level to the elevator, or investigating the claims of a bunch of Marines murdered some miners a few minutes prior to encountering this group. Oh, she's back.
There. Yeah, I just gave up and joined on my phone.
I mean, you managed to hold out pretty well for this long, with only 2 disconnects at several minutes apart or whatever.
Probably switch up internet, as I think it's going to be the only solution for that. Yeah. Then in any case, yeah. So, Staff Sergeant Pike, do you need another mag there?
Do you need another mag?
He'll just turn and he'll mag flip that one out and slap another one in and go, I'm good for now. Go get your lost Marine. Take Warren with you.
All right, we're gonna hold it there because it's already pushing 10 o'clock right now. First off, amazing session. We made it through ostensibly a full session without any issues. So once again, I feel inclined to thank the bejesus out of Luke for helping me out. All right, all 5 characters get 1 free experience point for participation. It's your participation award.
Oh. We have those in Canada.
Yeah. And then the second point here is, did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? I don't believe we did, except for the one agenda of bringing everybody home.
Yeah.
And that's kind of questionable only in the fact...
Warren.
Sorry?
I didn't get that with Warren because he wants to prove he had a hand in his getting a medal.
Yeah, you're trying to validate his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Which he's not doing great at that right now.
I mean, he's holding his own right now.
There's probably going to be an opportunity coming up because you going to slide down this cable and ride an elevator up by yourself is pretty fucking stupid. And Pike's all about it.
Yeah.
So I think you'll probably get it next session. I'm definitely not. We haven't been fighting UPP, so.
And I think that's the only Wescott that arguably gets that experience point. Because it is Wescott that has the agenda of bringing everybody home, all right?
And I think the risk definitely is being the last one up and like with no idea how dangerous the goop is, how fast it was going to grow. Just like, everyone else get up while I put the charges up.
Yeah.
It's definitely taking a risk.
Yeah, I'll definitely give Wescott a point for that one, just because. Let's see. Did you risk your life for your buddy? I don't think we had any of that tonight.
Really?
No, because Wally's buddy is a fellow noob, and
they keep running away.
They did nothing.
They've done nothing this
these
entire
new boots, man,
time.
they're shit. What the fuck is the Marine Corps teaching these new boots, man?
What were we like when we started?
I'm looking forward to figuring out exactly what I want to do.
Oh, Pike's review of this mission is gonna be fucking hilarious. You suck. Warren, you did okay. Wescott, I'm actually impressed for once.
I mean,
hey, I
Kane,
actually shot somebody.
Yeah.
Kane, do we have to roll new characters?
No.
Okay.
He's not gonna kill them.
No, I
Not
don't,
yet.
I don't mean they're gonna die. I just mean
He's gonna recommend immediate removal from the special ops community.
yeah. They
He's
did not
Alright.
pull their
Gonna
weight.
be so traumatized from dealing with Pike initiates that they're gonna want to go home to mommy.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
We'll see if they handle him trying to see if they've got what it takes.
Did we let's see. Did we challenge or stand up to any rivals? I don't believe we had any of that either.
No standing
Nope,
up.
because Wally's rival is Pike.
Yep. Let's see.
That's
Dangerous
gonna go
event. Oh no, panic roll. Sorry. Everybody that made a panic roll. I think that's everybody except. I think there might be
Warren.
one that didn't have to make a panic roll.
Warren.
everybody?
Warren.
No, Warren made a few. No, he
Warren
made.
made panic
Yeah,
rolls.
you
No.
did. You did.
Everybody made panic rolls,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody did.
Okay.
Yeah, Warren made panic rolls. He's just cool as a cucumber.
He fucking is.
Oh, yeah.
You
His stress,
overkill.
his stress is at 3, for fuck's sake. And he hasn't had any nap relief.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He knows how
He's
to
at
manage
4
his-
now.
He knows how to
Is that-
manage the stress of running around with Pike very well now.
He's like, this is great. I'm great. I don't know why everybody's stressing out. This is amazing. I'm having the time of my fucking life down here.
No, it's after the space station, nothing is stressful ever again.
Well, that's kind of what I built him around after the space station. I was like, yeah, he should just be like nothing's
Warren should've-
as bad as that.
If there was a mission where somebody should have died, that was the one where Warren should have fucking died in that fight. But he didn't. He didn't. Somehow he managed to make it out. Did you overcome a dangerous event? Yes, all 5. He
Yeah.
definitely overcame a couple of fights.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's argue about overcoming. It's funny because in one fight, Wright is the one that ran away, but she kind of overcame the other one, except she's screaming into the void right now.
Yeah, so I won't give it to her.
Yeah, I think she
And
gets it
then
though.
this one, and then the other one, the boot froze, and then he went running away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
screaming versus freezing, about 6 of one, half dozen the other.
Yeah. I think both the new boots get that point, just to give them a point for being in the fight, even if they got out of it somehow.
They survived a dangerous encounter.
They did survive.
They picked a less than ideal strategy for it, but they survived.
Did we make any significant discoveries or revelations?
Yeah, the missing Marines are killing miners.
That is an interesting take. Yes, that's certainly a way to go with that.
That
As you say
accusation has been
that-
made.
A theory has been presented. Yes.
As you say that, Warren goes, "What other Marines?"
We kill a lot of miners now. I've been keeping a track of how many we've personally saved, and we have officially killed more than we saved.
Yep.
Personally.
Warren, you made that observation roll in the bottom level after that fight, so you definitely get a point for this one, because you were able to deduce, or you should have been able to deduce, that this water is not just black, dirty, icky water, it's black water goo shit, which is a different type of problem. You haven't necessarily pieced it together that, out of character, you haven't been able to piece it together. This is the Promethean black goo, which has a much more scientific name to it in the game, but I can't remember it.
I'm gonna
But
keep
this is not-
I'm gonna silent on that one.
Yeah, this is not. You might not know exactly what it is, but this is not normal shit you'll find bubbling up out of the bottom of the deep parts of a planet. So you definitely get a point for that. Anybody perform an extraordinary action? Pike, yes, I'm gonna give it to you for the Pike evader.
The Pike evader.
Anybody else want to chime in on something that they may have considered an extraordinary
I
action?
feel like I should get one for making some meat clouds up on the surface
Yeah.
of the APC.
I'll take that. Fuck it. You definitely did some long-range orbital strike shit there.
I don't think either of my characters did anything
Guys, you guys
impressive
gave
enough.
Wescott this most deadliest weapon we have.
Yeah, he
Freaking
did.
APC for it.
Yeah. Yep.
Twin rotary anti-personnel cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone.
That thing is black mist.
Yep. And everybody got a paycheck this round because
Nice.
Pike has not stopped anybody's pay.
That might
Yeah.
change. in
That
the
might
end.
change. Yeah. Listen, there was a time when Warren almost didn't get paid too, or Winston, or maybe both of them. I don't remember.
Winston didn't get paid once.
Did he?
Yeah, Winston didn't get paid.
You did dock his pay one time, huh?
Yeah.
Because he
No.
walked out on Warren or some shit, wasn't it?
Yep.
He walked out on Warren and left him there to be overpowered by prisoners.
In fact, I think that was the beginning of the Winston light side, dark side checks.
It was.
I know it was on that mission that they started. I think, but I think that was what was actually like. All right, fuck it. This is what I'm gonna do now. All right, feedback and outros. Starting with Rodance. Feedback, outro, comments. What you got for us?
Cool. Well, Wally just qualified for his very first point in observation today.
Is it something related to not fucking losing his shit in a firefight?
Well, I mean, he did make that observation check earlier, and he doesn't have any points in it, so I'm gonna spend him on that so he can actually clear it.
All right, that makes sense.
Well, and then yeah, poor Wescott. She's gonna at a certain point, she's just gonna be to the point where her body auto makes nap relief because Pike just dropped an injector in her gut or something.
Oh,
So she's just gonna live on the
if I keep this up and you survive the campaign, it would be interesting if you became a nap relief addict.
That would be funny. That would be funny and very appropriate.
Because of all the times Pike's just been like, "Don't worry about it, I got you." You don't even ask, like, no, I don't want the. Oh.
But also imagine on top of that, where every morning when she wakes up, she's got to make that "Am I a normal human being or am I a depressed human being?" roll.
Yeah.
And now throw it on top of that, whenever she fails that roll, here comes Pike. Oh, not feeling so good today?
I got some feel good for you.
I got something to help.
At this point, I think she's just gonna get a like an implanted insulin pump full of nap relief instead, and that's about at the level we're at almost at this point. I mean, that's almost what the suit does.
And Pike's over prescription of nap relief makes sense for a man who has no ranks in medical aid and has never succeeded at a medical aid role.
That checks out, actually.
Yeah, the scary part is my medical aid sitting at a 2 right now is the highest medical aid on the team, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're by default the current medic of the team, so and basically you're the team mom.
But Pike's carrying all the extra meds.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
Pike's gonna walk up to somebody bleeding on the ground, pull out a med kit, and be like,
"You're gonna throw it at him."
Yeah, just stop bleeding and just throw it at them, and then walk away.
It's like
Stop bleeding, you little bitch.
I legitimately feel like what's gonna happen is he's just gonna toss the med kit at me and then grab me by the handle on the back of my vest and toss me instead.
Just gonna like throw it at someone and be like, "I don't got time for you to die." It's just
like she's so little compared to Pike. I legit think he could literally just one arm pick her up by the handle on the back of the vest.
If you weren't encumbered.
Oh, I'm never encumbered because I hand all the encumbering stuff over to Pike.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was gonna say because if you are encumbered, I'm gonna have to make a stress test or not a strength roll. So, hey, don't forget you've got Nova. You've got one shot of Nova left, or one pill of Nova left.
I think I have 2.
No, you had 3 and you've used 2. I thought.
Check my notes here. Make sure I'm.
Yeah, I think that does sound kind of right. So yeah.
That's
I've got 1 of 3. I have 1 of 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that our notes match.
Okay, so what's the talent that makes you reduce stress when you kill someone?
Merciless.
Cool.
I love how both of you answered.
Please add Merciless to Wescott.
Did you get it?
Oh, I have enough experience.
Pike has been pushing her to be merciless the entire campaign. It makes sense that she has finally succumbed.
That is awesome that she has.
I feel like under the pressure of she just mowed people down with no care for backfire with a double rotary anti-personnel cannon.
Yeah. That
and
definitely checks out.
She just laid out a whole bunch of explosives with no consideration for clearing the mines. And she just mowed down this person in front of her twice, or once and a half. Yeah. Well, no, twice. She'd actually killed 2 people today.
Yeah.
I think she has officially hit she is now Pike level merciless, or Pike training merciless.
I think, well, I just dropped Merciless on there, so yeah, I think she's definitely Pike level.
Beginning of the next session, he's just gonna reach into a pocket and just hand her a card, and she looks at it, and it's a little Pike Club card.
With punch cards for
every
counting.
10 kills, you get a free kill.
Just a
Even get a
sub.
Every 10 kills, you get a 1 no questions asked murder.
Now, see, Winston would have really liked that.
I know. I'm really sad he died.
No.
For so many reasons, but that's definitely one of them.
Oh God, I want to see what happens to Wally after he has his crisis of conscience after mowing down civvies because they had a gun in their hands.
I don't think he even had a chance to
Promptly
shoot.
ran away.
He didn't shoot. In fact, did he
No,
even
he
shoot down
watched them
at the
get
lower
set on
level?
fire, blown up, and ran away.
Yeah. I don't
No,
think
he covered
shot.
his eyes and turned around.
Yeah, he bolted. He's
Dude,
like,
he
fuck
has
this.
not actually shot. I don't think he's actually fired that smart gun but once this entire time.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Jesus. Luke, what do you got
You
for
get on
outro?
trouble.
What do you got for outro stuff?
Well, Flamin' Werfer. It werfs Flamin'. So I think that I'm gonna have to probably do the same thing as Wescott here after incinerating a couple civilians basically with a flamethrower, which is probably take Merciless.
Oh, well, you got the points for it. You can get it without rolling because you already have somebody on your team with it.
And I kind of like
Pike has been teaching you guys all along.
Yeah,
yeah,
he definitely
I mean,
has been.
it's the thing. It's the thing at this point.
Follow by example.
Okay.
Especially like following up the space station where Pike gave him his first like real serious positive reinforcement for the job well done for that insanity.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it wasn't even the positive reinforcement. It was the positive reinforcement for basically killing a bunch of people in a very
which
brutal
some of them
way.
may
Like,
have been
was it because
civilians.
didn't Warren like knife a bunch of people to death? Because that was the only option he
Warren
had at the
and
time, and
Watts.
then he grenaded the airlock.
Yep. Separating it from the ship and
Yeah,
the hull of
yeah.
the
Like,
station.
these
The
aren't
thing that
just
made it
kills.
so-
These are actually some brutal, horrifying ways to go.
The shit was so crazy.
That
Like,
was a crazy ass mission.
Watts had the knife first and was knifing dudes, and Warren got like he dropped his weapon and just like threw himself in unarmed with reckless abandon until he ended up with Watts' knife and stabbed a guy, and then he's in the airlock deciding if he's gonna die, throws the grenade just blindly at a group of people he didn't identify, and blew them in the airlock up.
You forgot the point where he rolled the dice on whether or not he was going to just off himself.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. Like he was deciding if he was gonna die.
Oh
yeah,
he was-
that's one way to phrase it.
Yeah. Oh man. And Pike was like, "Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Way
Here
to
comes
stay
Pike. Here comes
Pike being
Pike.
like, way to stay motivated, Marine."
Yep, here comes Pike, slapping him on the back. Good job.
You got the chops.
Oh man, Kane, what do you got for us?
I'm enjoying Pike's corruption of the party.
It is so rampant.
It is.
It's so bad.
It's really fucking bad, and I love how spotlighted it is right now, and it's because of random dice rolls. Right, we've had one new boot run off in the middle of one fight. We had the other new boot run off in the middle of another fight, and meanwhile the three veterans are just like overkill. What's going on? I'm cool over here.
It really
and then
highlights
flamethrower.
And then flamethrower.
like the decisions that the two veteran normies have like. This is that contrast. Like when Wescott absolutely savaged the two of them in the combatives.
Yeah.
Like this is the second major highlight of the huge difference between where these characters started and now. Like in the beginning, they would have thought about like, are we just gonna burn these random people instead of talking to them? Clearly they got a problem with someone else, and now they're just like, fuck them, we'll kill them. And
Fuck
like
'em.
these two
Fuck
boots are
'em.
like, what?
They're shooting at us. Fuck them.
Yeah, they shot good enough. And like these
so-
two
so
boots
two
are
things.
like, what the fuck is this? This is insane.
So the two things about this is pretty clear, okay? I was going to flamethrower them before they shot at us, but you said, well, I'm gonna roll initiative. So that was already like the decision. But these two new boots have gone onto this planet or this moon thinking, okay, we're gonna have like combatants or we're gonna do some saving some civilians, and all we've done is murder civilians.
We're
Yeah.
here to rescue people. Yay.
We're here to solve problems. Why are we killing everything?
Yeah, at the beginning of the mission, sending the boots up on the elevator with that first batch that we rescued.
Yeah, yeah,
Mind
yeah.
you, the only batch.
The
that
only
we
people we've
rescued.
actually saved so far.
And they come
Which
back
may not
down,
even be alive anymore.
And then they
Yeah.
come back down to go, let's find more people. And we found them and we killed them.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I mean, they kind of tried to kill us too.
Yeah,
Shot
but
first.
We could have.
it could have been resolved differently. Not really, but you know, in their mind.
Like, we could have tried to roll manipulation with these guys to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you know, anything we could have done to try to defuse the situation, but they pulled a gun and we said, fuck it, and we killed them all.
Kill them
This is
all.
this is how much those two characters have fallen down the path of Pike.
It's amazing. I
So-
love it.
So Alita, like right here, tried to like alleviate the situation by running into the boss
Yeah.
person who clearly had said the thing in the first place and tried to like subdue him, and was like, "I'm not strong enough for this." And if we were any of these noob characters at the start of the campaign, we would not have survived this mission.
No, you would not, because your new boots would have been in the same boat as these other new boots. They'd be like panicking the fuck out because they have no
Yep.
tools to deal with it, no talents or whatever. They don't have the ability to shoot very well if they did have to shoot, you know, which is amazing when you think about it, because this is a good contrast between where your original characters were at mission 1 and where they are now. And you don't see that because they're slowly progressing over several episodes, right? And now you see these new boots on their very first mission. You're like, wow, were we the Pike? I am so sorry, we were that bad. In fact, if somebody uses that line, I'm just gonna give you the free experience point right on the spot when we get to like the downtime.
I still have the flag on my character sheet.
You what?
Remember when we had capture the flag
Yeah.
as our very first mission?
Yeah.
Pike? I still have it on my sheet.
You know what's funny about that? When you bring that up, I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was looking at some various images in my RPG folder, and I found that image of it was like saved as like mission 1 map or something like that, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I opened it up and I was like, oh, there's that little blue flag that I put in the middle of this building that's made out of cheap plywood in the middle of some rocky desert. I was like, I remember that. It's so funny that you bring that up when I just did that like yesterday. Oh man. All right, let's get out of here. That is it for us here tonight. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please consider, of course, all of the buttons, the liking and the subscribing and the sharing and the following and whatever between Twitch, which of course you can see me at twitch.tv/Omar Krieg if you're not catching me live, or on YouTube, youtube.com/@Omar Krieg, which is probably where you're seeing this video, is on YouTube. Oh, Luke, subscribing for 11 months. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. I really do.
I
but
just
yeah.
want to state that I get no bonuses for doing any of the things that I do around here. I just get to play.
Oh,
I subscribed to you for almost a year. I send you free computer parts, and you don't even give me a +1 on anything. That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
I don't need it. I don't need it. It's fine.
oh.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed, GM.
I'm pretty sure Warren is totally gonna get another award later.
He's definitely gonna get something from the GM. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, there's probably got to be some variety of contagious pox where he turns purple, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course, the other thing that you can do too if you're enjoying the show is joining us on the Discord. Discord link is in the description for this video down below, or if you're catching us live on Twitch, in the chat, type !Discord. Come hang out with us, see what's going on, because that's really about the best way to see what's going on day to day with all the different things, different projects and shit talking and whatnot that we do there. There will be no Rogue Trader tomorrow. One of the players has something else going on. So hopefully we resume the Rogue Trader series next week. Thursday, I may or may not stream something. I haven't made up my mind yet. And then, of course, everything else is coming back to normal operations. As I mentioned last night, in last night's stream, unfortunately, there was not enough interest for the Battletech Solaris Stable Unknown project, so that will be shelved for now. Battletech Operation Revival Divergence is moving forward. I just got to get with the players to schedule their next matches. And then, based on that, there are 1 to 2 Pendragon games that I'm looking at joining with other people, specifically Ticking Time Bob. I had to slow down and think about what I was going to say because I would have screwed up his name. Based on that, I may or may not be opening up the table for new projects and ideas and whatnot for our channel here. It's basically a matter of how much time all the background work requires in order to put stuff together. But with that in mind, we do of course have Battletech Aquila Legion, which is my Mech HQ campaign that will be streamed on Mondays, pending other shows and events. We have this show, of course, running on Tuesdays. We have Rogue Trader, Tides of Acheron, running on Wednesdays. That may or may not change based on people's schedule. There was some discussion about that. And then everything else, of course, Battletech Operation Revival Divergence throughout the rest of the week as people get their matches scheduled, and anything else that may or may not come up each week. So we're getting back into it. Just be patient. And again, best way to keep track of what's going on the channel is to get into the Discord. So do that. Come hang out. Come talk with us. And come tell us how well we're doing or how much I suck as a GM. Because sometimes I need to be told that I suck. Or that I'm doing well. I don't know. Whichever one it is, whatever it is I'm doing, tell me. Because I don't know what I'm doing. With that in mind, stay safe out there, my friends. This world is a crazy, dark place. There are critters and weird shit in the night. So make sure you're doing what you got to do to take care of you and yours. And as for me and mine, we are out of here. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, my friends.